Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night.
We have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god, yes!
Put the barrage! Make sure they can't even follow up afterward.
And Wash has found 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire.
Those who find the picks will save the fight, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
100 gets 3 wins the primal range.
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this championship bracket matchup between two teams tonight, Renegades and Oath. I am Mr. Yeti. Joining me tonight is Apathy. How you doing, Apathy?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. I am fantastic, as always. Excited for this match tonight. We're kicking off championship bracket with two teams coming from a bit out of nowhere in their own ways to this bracket, to this championship bracket. You have teams starting off with Renegades. Renegades starting the season 3-2, snuck into a Group A pool, and they actually ended up playing pretty darn well in that pool. Snuck out a second seed with a huge upset of the Quokka Queens. After getting that upset, they managed to secure that second seed, and with a victory in the last round against the second round against Rampaging Inferno, they were able to lock in their spot in the championship bracket despite a loss last week to Joey Esports. What do you think of Renegades coming into this matchup here, Apathy?
I think losing to Joey Esports is nothing really to worry about at this point in the tournament. You can still get pretty far, maybe even get to rematch them in the grand finals. And I think they've had some good shouts so far. A really good upset victory versus Quokka Queens. And, I mean, some would even call their victory against Rampaging Inferno a bit of an upset, too, in the playoffs recently. So, a really good run from them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Renegades playing very well here in the playoffs. Then we go to Oath. Oath, a very interesting story as well. Started off the season 1-4, very shaky off the get-go here in this season. However, they come into this now on the back of a 2-1 stage 2, and then picking up a big win last week in our last chance qualifier against Redacted. So a huge win for Oath to get into this championship bracket. They have an opportunity against Renegades, and the winner is taken on next week, Cosmic Castaways.
That's me.
All right, and I think we're about to get ready to go here. We are starting a little bit late today. Is there any players in particular you're watching from either of these teams, Apathy?
I'm looking at, especially from the Renegades, I'm looking at Infuse. I think has been quietly one of the better ball players this entire season, but is able to flex to the other ones as well. I think Ball is definitely his best tank. And on the side of Oath, I think I'm looking at Silver, aka Silver Radio. Got to watch his perspective of the Redacted game, and I liked what I saw on that flex support. Able to play BAP and Ana, and even flex to the Mercy, I believe, when they were trying to play no core comps. And he was doing very, very well at every support that I saw him touch.
Both teams playing very well at this point. We are at the point now where we are in a single elimination scenario, but it's a first to 4. So a lot of Overwatch to play tonight, and a lot of it is how you get off the start here and win this first map. We are starting on Nepal. This is Renegades' choice of map. So Renegades, with that first pick, looks like they're coming out on the Ball, Diva, and Farmercy comp. We see Oath out with their trademark 6-man rush. And here we go in the championship bracket. Once again, Farmercy out the get-go. Rabbit Gunner, one of the top DPS in the Discord tier this season, up against Oath, and with that 6-man, with that very, very strong Reaper player Voltage on that team as well. Both of these players in line for all-star nods right now as it sits, by the way. But here we go. The first engagement is on. Infuse brought very low by this rush composition and taken down as the first kill goes to Little Pricey for Oath. We see Mini Wheats bite the dust as well, pardon me. And that will send Renegades back to the spawn room here. It looks like Oath is in prime position to cap this first point.
Yeah, Oath did really well at kiting out that Pharah spam. Didn't really take too much, and Infuse tried to go in before anybody was.
Wow.
Oh, but it looks like this fight's not actually over fully.
Not quite, no. It looks like that was not quite over. Rabbit Gunner with a very aggressive barrage to try to turn it around. They did pick off one there, but Lion Gamer finds a couple, including on the remech onto Infuse. Not often you see a Wrecking Ball taken down by a remech, but hey, here we are nonetheless. A prolonged first fight, but still a first fight win for Oath.
Yeah, that was impressive. Rabbit Gunner built that barrage off the first fight. I was saying it didn't seem like he was getting much done, but I guess after Infuse went in, the damage came in. Unfortunately, that just cost Infuse his life, and he wasn't able to do too much work with the recontest there, rolling into a Baby Diva remeching. But Oath didn't have to use any of their ults to stabilize, so now they still have this Cole, almost an EMP and a Blossom.
Here comes the proximity mines in from Infuse. Big pile driver as well to set it up. Takes Dylan out there. Losing their main support now is Oath, and there goes Voltage as well. With 3 down now, we see a Coalescence expire from Silver. The last gasp trying to keep Oath on the point will result in the death here of Oath, and they will fall on this point, but 45% on the board already for Oath.
45% for just one fight is pretty good. We'll have to see how they can retake into this Pharah. I don't know if they're going to track that she has another barrage, although considering how fast she built the first one, maybe they'll be on top of that one. They just need to try to get this EMP Blossom out before Renegades Pharah can get too much work done.
Here we go now. Bossman with the EMP finds a couple for Renegades. Mini Wheats taken very low and taken down. The Diva out of the mech and out back to the spawn room. Crix the ace, however, takes down Silver. And here comes Rabbit Gunner with another barrage. Finds Bossman as well. That is a huge pick off there, but we do see the sound barrier now from Dylan to try to draw this out from Oath a little bit longer. Crix the Ace sitting on a sound barrier as well. Unclear if they're going to invest anything more into this fight, and it looks like they are going to back off here and try to get a soft reset as Oath is chasing them back through the archway.
Yeah, if they can get this D-Mech, that'll be huge, but Mini-Wheat's just barely able to slip away, even with the low healing output of the Lucio Mercy comp. Oath had to invest a lot there.
They really did. They still have a couple of ultimates here, both tank ultimates, as the mines in again from Infuse. Infuse getting mines very quick here.
Oh no.
Self-destruct in, but Sparky finds Dylan. Sparky passes Dylan the cupcake, and Dylan does not like it, and Dylan unfortunately gets stuck there. And we do see Renegades taking a few of them down. The kill feed bleeds blue, and there goes Renegades. Now will take it, but Oath up to 99%.
Yeah, and they forced the beat out as well from the Renegades. Maybe thinking that they had the free beat because the EMP was just used, but, EMP does charge a little bit faster than beat. So they've got a very clear win condition here coming into Oath's final fight territory. All they have to do is win one with an EMP, and they can take this one.
EMP is the critical ult to keep an eye out for. Silver in very deep there to try to help out with this push in. Playing very aggressive right now. Ball very low with Mini Wheats taken down now as well. The front line for Renegades taken very low. Silver getting very aggressive with this Coalescence here, trying to focus the Farmercy out of the sky. And Voltage then with the Death Blossom as well. We see a barrage in from Rabbit Gunner not finding the kills needed here. The point turns over to Oath, and now we see Infuse spinning to win on the point, trying to draw this out here a little bit longer for Renegades. The damage continues to come in, and the touches continue to stagger on from Renegades, looking for that critical pickoff, but Infuse is taken down. No more main tank for Renegades here. Self-destruct on point, not finding any targets as Sparky is taken down. But Miniweets with the remake kill onto Dylan will prolong this a little bit longer. There's a couple war for Rabbit Gunner, just when he gets another barrage, unfortunately taken down as well. EMP now in, only finds Crix the Ace and Miniweet self-destruct on the point as well. Not collecting any targets, however, but we do see the kills now all looking red, which means Oath is firmly in control here, and with these final staggers out Apathy, it feels like Oath finally has the kills needed to secure this, and there it is.
Yeah, really good EMP there from Bossman to clean it up. We saw that anti-air laser come in from Silver. Didn't seem like it got too much value just because you didn't see any kills, but that kind of coalescence is actually kind of deceptively good. As long as your team isn't dying in the meantime, you're making sure that the Mercy cannot damage boost the Pharah. You're forcing the Pharah to kind of fly away, and she's just not putting out as much damage as she normally would be. So a really good call there from Silver to potentially win that fight before they even built that EMP.
Fantastic hole from Silver there. Definitely opened the door for Oath to get that one going. Good support play all around so far from Oath to get this thing going. But here we go. Renegades now looking to equal the score as we head into Sanctum on Nepal here. We see Renegades coming out with, again, the double shield composition with that Far Mercy. Oath, again, on that 6-man rush. And Oath right now running it down, running it right in, getting very aggressive, and Silver pays the price of that aggression here. No more Moira now for this 6-man composition, meaning healing will be very sparse right now for 6-man. Nonetheless, the aggression continues with Lion Gamer, leading the charge, and Voltage finds the kill onto Sparky. Kills trading out right now for both teams. We see healers down now for both sides, and it looks like the aggression of Oath is going to come through for them here. We do see a couple kills all of a sudden turn in the favor of Renegades. So despite Oath getting a couple of kills, it looks like Oath will take first cap here on Sanctum.
Yeah, they barely have anybody on point, so if Renegades gets together a quick recontest here, they've basically just got the Sombra and the Moira alive. Their tank should be back shortly.
Yeah,
I think they'll be able to hold this here.
They should be back fairly quick, but Bossman takes an unfortunate shot there for Sparky. You hate to see that if you're an Oath fan for sure, but Renegades now getting in control very quickly here. Huge pickoff from Sparky. We see Voltage taken down as well. No DPS in line for Oath, but it doesn't matter with the front line of Lion Gamer and Little Pricey popping the Primal Rage, finding Sparky, and we see that front line again causing havoc for this Far Mercy competition. Rabbit Gunner tries to barrage them down, but cannot, and Dylan with a huge boop, taking down both Orisa and Baptiste. A fantastic boop from Dylan. We saw this from them last week, I'm fairly certain, in their match against Redacted on this very map, this exact same play from Dylan. Again, he finds more success with it, Apathy.
Yeah, it might have been Panther actually.
I think it might have been Panther. I'm not sure. It was one of the two, but it was the same thing. It was the exact same thing.
Yes, it was the exact same play. And these two tanks are just going unhinged in their aggression and completely unpunished as well.
They really are. Bossman had an EMP window, chose not to take it, and we see a Dragon Strike and a fantastic one from Sparky. That's going to really open the door here for Renegades suddenly, now with that EMP off the table for Oath, but Oath clearly hanging on to that EMP for one big recontest here to try to end this match, or end this map, pardon me, but Renegades now finally ticking up that progress here, 77% and counting for Oath.
Yeah, I think this BAP is serving them a little bit better than the Lucio did. It's nice having no core to evade 6-man. The thing was, you just lose a lot of ultimate value, I feel like, from either Window or Trance or Nano, whichever flex support is your go-to.
Right.
You just lose a lot of value when you're not running one of those. Looking for a crucial hack to cancel the Flux. Doesn't get it, but that's the EMP.
Yes, EMP instead. It does. Hey, you know what? It does the trick. You can't argue with results, and that's going to be a fantastic set of results there. Bossman sends Miniweets to the bottom of the Sanctum here. We see the Far Mercy back on the point here for Renegades. Rabbit Gunner trying to make something happen. Put down on the ground, though, and here comes another barrage, taking down Voltage, but then dropped immediately after that. Rabbit Gunner very, very aggressive on their barrages, but they're charging them really fast, Apathy.
they're charging them really fast, but yeah, they're not getting too much value out of them. They're not really, other than that one, and that's the map for Oath.
That's the
Other
map.
than that
Wow.
one that took the fight for Renegades at the Elephant, when he barraged off of his balls pile drive, they haven't really been followed up or used as a follow up to any sort
Right.
of team play, and it hasn't been working out for them too well.
No, it has not. Oath with a very convincing and strong 2-0 on Nepal here to take the 1-0 lead in this championship bracket match. Again, it's win or go home for both of these teams in this first to four matchup. We start on control and we move to assault next. Apathy. Again, Oath firmly in control with that 1-0 start. Always a good thing to get off to that 1-0. You mean, Apathy, you've been in these situations before in the playoffs. You can attest to the fact that these first to four matches can be an absolute marathon. And how much does momentum really play into that?
I mean, I haven't been in too many marathons, but the control point momentum is definitely very important because if the match goes very long, you're guaranteed 2 controls, and there's even a chance that you play 3 controls. So even just winning the one can put that kind of mental in the back of the opponent's head that,
Right.
oh, this team is better at control than we are, and that's going to be the most important map of this series.
Absolutely. And right now, Oath in control of control after point one here. But it's a long night to go. For Oath, you win one. You're 25% of the way there. If you're Renegades, it's only one. You can bounce back from this so easy in a first to four format. Now it's just up to Renegades to make the decisions they need to get to this, to get to what they need to do. And we go now to Assault. There's 3 maps in the pool. It's Volskaya, it's Anubis, and of course, obviously Hanamura. Apathy, do you have any expectations, perhaps here from Renegades?
Yeah, I'd be looking at them to pick Temple of Anubis or potentially Hanamura. Oath struggled a little bit on Hanamura against Redacted last week. I believe they ended up dropping it, but it was like kind of a 6-6 and a bit messy on all sides. So they might have scouted that and gone to take Hanamura, but I do think Renegade's comps, especially running the Pharah, kind of better suits them to Temple of Anubis. Of course, you can play Pharah on Hanamura, but it can kind of be dealt with by a team that knows how to run the teleporter strat.
Right.
And on attack, it can be tough to break some types of bunker comps, especially
Right.
anybody that likes to play a pocketed Ash.
And they choose Hanamura. So Hanamura, the choice here from Renegades to try to take this one home, or to get this one even back up 1-1, I should say. We do have several other matches going tonight, and it's worth mentioning those now. In the Harmony tier, again, these are all championship bracket matchups, first to four, win or go home scenarios. Koala Kings taking on Strix. That match yet to get a score yet. Same with Galactic Penguins versus Luminous Foxes. Oath versus Renegades. Obviously, the match we're looking at right now, 1-0 for Oath. SEAL Team Spuds are currently up on Quokka Queens, 1-0. We have Decapitators taking on Billings Boomers. They are still on first map here, it looks like. And then taking a look as well at our other Transcendence tier matchup, that is Insidious taking on the Devil Dukes, and 1-0 Devil Dukes is that score. All these teams, again, in these first to four championship bracket scenarios, we're looking at the top teams left in Tranquility Apathy. It's a very, very exciting time. But for all these teams, for all these winners, it doesn't get any easier because you end up playing against the teams who won more. So it doesn't get any easier from here.
Yeah, all these plans get to go face one of arguably the top 2 teams in their tier who are sitting on a bye week right now.
Right.
And have that extra week of prep or an extra week to get rusty, depending on how you look at it.
That is a fair point. You can't argue with that. And again, in Harmony tier, your team's on a bye. We have Doodles, obviously waiting for the winner of Koala Kings and Strix. And then there's Galactic Penguins. I'm sorry, pardon me. The Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies, they're waiting on the winner of Galactic Penguins and Luminous Foxes. I believe I didn't get that backwards. I hope I did not. And then Oath versus Renegades, the winner. The winner has Cosmic Castaways in their future, with SEAL Team Spuds and Quokka Queens heading off to face Joseph Electronic Sports in the next round. And Transcendence tier, Decapitators versus Billings Boomers, the winner of that will head over to Epizeuxis, the undefeated Epizeuxis that is in Transcendence tier. And then Insidious taking on Devil Dukes, again, the winner of that will head over to take on Battalion as well. So lots of great matchups coming up here. Winner has no easy path, it seems like, to a championship here this season. But what's nice is it feels like a lot of these brackets are kind of unpredictable right now, Apathy.
Yeah, I think so, and I think this one would be I think weird enough to say would be an upset no matter which way you look at it, either from kind of like the favorites by record or the favorites by community. Definitely going to be an upset, so I think the community is very, very split on this one, and there's always a ton of upset potential. We've seen it a lot already this season. Some major upsets so far in the playoffs.
There has been. It's been a really good playoff so far. We've seen a lot of cool moments, a lot of very interesting moments, and a lot of exciting matchups. A lot of map 5s in these first to three matches that we've had so far. We're heading to Hanamura. It looks like there's a couple of final substitutions coming in for Renegades and Oath, it looks like, as well. So they're getting those sorted out. It looks like a couple of role changes are in line here for Oath. They have a couple people moving around, and it looks like Renegades made a couple swaps too. It looks like Slayer and Hunter Killer now in for Renegades in the support spot. It looks like Dylan is going to be taking a tank spot for this map, with Silver and Bossman on the supports, Voltage and Little Pricey now on the DPS. So we see some role changes from Oath. We see some substitutions for Renegades, but we've seen this from Oath all season. They'll start off on a specific type of they'll start off on a certain class of hero, and then they move to another one. You don't see that very often with these top teams, Apathy.
No, not really. I mean, Doodles is doing it in the Harmony tier, but I think a bit of it is the fact that Panther is out this week, and they're trying to flex around that. I don't believe they normally change around their supports, but I do believe Little Pricey will jump back and forth between tank and DPS fairly frequently.
Right, absolutely. But Oath right now is in control with a 1-0 score right now. Lots of Overwatch left to go tonight as we begin on Hanamura here, this 2CP matchup. And we are out the door with Oath sitting on the Ball and Sigma composition with the Echo and Soldier, while Renegades bringing out the Orisa Diva with that Far Mercy. Again, that Far Mercy, a very potent composition for them. We saw Rabbit Gunner get a lot of damage and a lot of ultimates in the last round, so be curious to see how it handles this. And Dylan gets caught out by Mini Wheats and taken down, losing Wrecking Ball very early here for Oath. Is definitely a painful start on this map, not what you're looking for. And Silver gets taken down as well with some of that spam in from Rabbit Gunner, who's already 72% to a barrage, Apathy.
Wow. Yeah, this was a good read here from Oath, because Renegades are playing a comp built to counter the classic Symmetra Brawl composition that gets played a lot on Hanamura. I think they could change this Brig to a Mercy now though, that they've seen that Renegades is running a spammier style, not a divier style. And Engage here from the ball, not really finding much, but their core is going to be able to rotate through choke at least.
The core rotates through. The big kill onto Voltage there. Or I'm sorry, onto Rabbit Gunner by Little Pricey. Voltage dropped as well, but Rabbit Gunner back in the game with that Far Mercy composition. And again, Rabbit Gunner with another early barrage finds Dylan, and only Dylan, as Dylan also takes Rabbit Gunner out of the sky too. So kills right now are trading both ways, but the trades will slowly start to favor Oath as they start to get a little bit more damage, and Little Pricey finds a second kill, working their way through that Orisa shield as the amplification matrix is now in from Slayer to try to secure this one. However, Slayer is taken down by Dylan with the pile driver, and that will mean Oath is gonna line up and take point A here on Hanamura.
Yeah, really good push from them. That time Dylan was able to get through and basically distract everybody without dying, which is the key part there. You know, Ball can very easily get in and harass some people. The thing after that is you have to stay alive and get out, which he unfortunately is not doing here, attempting a rollout, I would assume.
A fundamental thing a lot in these games, or a lot in these matchups, especially in 2CP, tends to be patience. We noticed Oath did not overcommit there. They played it slow despite just getting trades, and they ended up really profiting from just kind of taking a long, slow fight. And here we go again now with Oath. They'll have to take this one a lot quicker with that defensive spawn here. A little Pricey, however, takes Sparky down. Sparky onto the ground here as Little Pricey pops the tactical visor there. Sparky now popping attack visor of his own, but it's going to be countered out here by the Transcendence from Silver. And Oath right now firmly in control of this point as Mini Wheats gets on there with the Baby Diva, staying alive quite a long time, actually. Hunter Killer with the Valkyrie not able to stay alive very long, and the stagger now is on for Oath. They popped, or sorry, for Renegades. We see the bongos popped in by Infuse, but immediately dropped here by Oath. Oath looking for the next target coming in. Tracer with the touch. We see a self-destruct as well, going to be blocked away by the shield of Lion Gamer. Lion Gamer with a huge rock, taking Mini Wheats down before they can get remech. We see a graphitic flux from Lion Gamer as well, and Oath with a very strong and very convincing attack. My goodness, Apathy. I didn't really have a whole lot of time to breathe there. That was just constant pressure from Oath.
Yeah, they took that time to very quickly and aggressively push onto the catwalk, and Renegades kind of gave it to them. Because it's tough to hold that space as just a diva. That's kind of one of the trade-offs to running Sig. You know, those two heroes are fairly equal in power. It's just what kind of style you want. So they take the diva, which can't hold catwalk quite as aggressively, and the Brig Soldier just walk up and visor, and they have sight of everybody on Renegades that they want to have sight of. And with the Discord Orb too, just melting them. As soon as Oath got on that catwalk, it was all clean up from there.
All right, we go now to a Renegades attack now. They are going to be coming out, it looks like, on the Symmetra Brawl. Oath coming out again with the ball and Sigma composition. So it seems like, and I've noticed this, it seems like when the guys do run these compositions or do bring in these hero selections, I notice Dylan a lot, oftentimes is playing that Wrecking Ball. And I noticed as well that we see oftentimes little prices in there on that Soldier 76. Just kind of something we picked up. It seems like Oath kind of has a very specific style they tend to play with these heroes, Apathy. But again, we talk about it. It's one of those things you don't see very often at this, especially at this level.
No, it's tough to build a team that can consistently role swap, because it's just creates calm differences and just weird scarcities in hero pools. It's just better to have like one person learn all those heroes. This Brig will get.
But hey, if it works,
punished.
it works. You can't argue with the results. But speaking of what works really well is that teleporter from Rabbit Gunner. The retake now is on from Oath, though, and Oath applying a ton of pressure. Takes Slayer down very quickly. We see great, I noticed Zenyatta Silver is getting insane value on the Zenyatta Apathy. I saw Silver pumping some serious left clicks into that, and my God, Silver already up to 64%, 66% on that ultimate, basically just from attack aggression, I noticed.
Yeah, able to do a lot in that backline. I'm not sure exactly how, but Dylan was able to catch out Slayer as well. Maybe he didn't. Maybe they broke the TP before the BAP got through, or the BAP just got separated by a boop or something. But they take out Slayer, and the fight.
Oh, wow. Look at this aggression really quickly on the Lion Gamer. That's great aggression from Renegades here, taking it to Oath, and that is exactly what they needed to do there. Catch this composition off guard. Great target focus. You gotta like that, Renegades. Great attack.
Yep, just TPing straight up into the core rather than onto the point directly, and then just, kill core and then get point afterwards, instead of trying to pressure point and make the core come to you.
And here we go now, Renegades on the secondary attack here. They have 5 minutes and 20 seconds now on this point. Apathy, they go teleporting immediately. And a huge roll through from Dylan, does not find any kills, but Voltage with that pulse bomb will take Rabbit Gunner down. Somehow did not find any kills. I'm pretty sure on that camera I saw 3 people off the map.
It must have been Lucio Diva, but yeah, I saw at least 2.
I was pretty wild to see there, not finding any kills. We see Renegades trying to stabilize up here. Despite being down, it looks like they're going to try to hold this and try to play with it. Oath is kind of licking their chops right now, but I don't think they're going to aggress quick enough to really take it. They're not, unfortunately, and that is going to mean Renegades will be able to get in relatively uncontested. Those proximity mines, unfortunately, not able to cut anybody off here, as the Symmetra barrier now in as well. From Infuse, we see, from Rabbit Gunner, and look at all the ultimates now in play from Renegades. They're looking to end this one now, and by golly, I'd say it looks like they did. The Renegades with a very strong attack, Apathy, take it, and they will have 42 more seconds in time bank than Oath.
Yeah, both timers there actually got reduced just because of how fast both teams. Yeah, I see it here. How fast both teams push through. It's definitely tough. This is a really snowbally map. I mean, we saw Oath stall Renegades out for, effectively an extra 30 seconds, and they still couldn't catch up in the ult bank that Renegades were able to have. I mean, Rabbit Gunner came back, popped the wall, protected Slayer, and it was just tough to contest from there.
What is defense even? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But hey, here we are now. So can't argue with the results if you're a Renegades fan. You're got 42 seconds more in the bank. But Oath got 2 minutes to work with, and really with how both these teams attack, 2 minutes just seems like just enough time.
Yeah, what I do find interesting though is we see Renegades rolling out once again on the same comp for the third time, or Oath, excuse me, rolling out once again for this on the third time the same comp. Renegades going for a little bit more of a switch up, moving Sparky over to the Cassidy, and Rabbit Gunner, just changed from the Echo to the Tracer. But they seem to be trying to adapt to this more, and it does seem like for all of Oath's role swaps, some of them are a little rigid, that we haven't seen Bossman play anything other than the Brig, even though Brig may have not been the ideal choice the past 2 rounds.
Nope, but they're going to make it work again. Here we are now. Brigitte Zen in play for Oath as they look to push forward here onto the Diva for Mini-Wheats taken down pretty low there. Infuse as well. Oath getting very aggressive onto this tank line as the Immortality field already used and taken down. Oath continuing a relentless aggression with a great pile driver there from Dylan to set up Voltage to come in on the Tracer and finish the job. Both Hunter Killer and Sparky now out of the fight for Renegades. Oath continuing their aggression here. Really, really strong ball play seems to be the flavor of the day here as Dylan continues to be an absolute menace right now on this wrecking ball as Little Pricey looks to be finishing the job here. Renegades taken down, and Apathy, another very strong attack for Oath.
Yeah, Dylan got in there really deep, got flashed, and was still able to make it out alive once again.
The danger of wrecking ball right there.
Yeah. We see, I like this switch now from Renegade switching Slayer over to the Zen. They're going to try to burn this ball and punish him for going that deep with a Discord Orb. And maybe they can finally catch Dylan out, but it's going to be tough with the Oath a little bit closer to all their important ults.
Oath right now sitting very close to 5 ultimates on the table here. Rabbit Gunner gets in very deep, pops the pulse bomb, will take Bossman down. So Oath gonna have a very tough time getting aggressive here. Rabbit Gunner gonna find a second as well. Rabbit Gunner taken down and ending that fight on their own. Impressive play from Rabbit Gunner here as Oath will crawl back to the spawn. Oh wow, they're gonna really crawl back to the spawn room now. Some late staggers for Renegades, and that means that Oath is gonna have to hurry up.
Yeah, Renegade's doing a lot better of a job at holding this catwalk here. All these ults that Oath have are not worth much if they can't get into a space to use them. So I'd like to see them potentially rally, try to hold the trance, but just rally so that you can brawl out this space on the catwalk, take some map control for your soldier, and then try to close out the fight from there. He's just going to be careful from Sparky with this high noon.
Here we go now, the slam in from Dylan onto the high ground, knocks the Diva into the air. Diva gets the Discord Orb as well, taken very low, but will pop the self-destruct as we see Oath scrambling for cover, but Little Pricey not scrambling for cover, instead popping the tactical visor. They're seeing it all here, but Sparky is going to use the Deadeye, will take down Dylan with that Deadeye. Fantastic Cassidy play from Sparky so far tonight. But we see a Gravitic Flux now in Lion Gamer. Oath in last fight here, gonna have to try to clutch it out. Lion Gamer now appears to be the last one on the point with only the Zenyatta Orb to keep them afloat. And here we go, it looks like they will be taken down as all the kills are now blue, and Renegades will stop them here on point B. But a point A attack means that it won't be easy here for Renegades. They will have to take first point, and they will have to get a tick to try to take this map.
Yeah, Sparky doing a really good job there from the other high ground. Not catwalk, just the default one. Able to deal with the soldier and the Zen and the Sig, who are all on catwalk almost single-handedly. Really good play there from Sparky to hold this point.
All right. Oath is in having to play the defensive position here, sitting with... did they actually get any percentage on that last point there? Why is it actually, did they get 70% on the last point? Are my eyes deceiving me?
Yes.
I thought they did.
They won that fight initially. And Renegades won the retake.
I am a very attentive and smart play-by-play caster, Apathy. I catch these things. So actually, Renegades will not have it fairly easy here. This is gonna be a tough attack for Renegades with 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So Oath with a pretty strong attack here, and that means no draw Amura in our future here, more than likely, which is always a good thing.
No, hopefully not. You never know.
Don't curse us. Don't jinx us with that. Nobody likes ties. Nobody likes ties.
Well, I know one person who likes ties, but what
Yeah.
I like is this pick here from Oath. They're finally switching up what they're doing. I love the Junkrat. Always an interesting hero, but does work pretty well against the Metro-based comps.
All right, and here we go now. Oath coming out with the change up on the different look here, like we've talked about. We see the Symmetra-based composition, so I think catching Renegades a little off guard here, because Renegades very slow to get that teleporter up. I think they were expecting something very different, and the teleporter taken down before they could get fully through it. That is a very big mistake there for Renegades. And it's going to split up. Will Oath rush on this core? They think about it, and they get a May wall there. But it looks like they are going to rush into this core, but they're going to pay the price as Silver gets caught out by that May wall. And now we see Lion Gamer as well get very deep and taken down. So despite a very good teleporter crush there, it all fell apart so quickly.
Yeah, that looked like a free fight there for Oath, but they over-aggressed, and Sparky caught him out with a really good May wall there. Silver tried to kind of sacrifice himself to save the Ryan, which just will result in a lost fight almost no matter what.
Almost. Now we go 2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock for Renegades as they try to push through this final point here. They need basically 71%, a little over 2/3 of the point here to claim this map. Oath now sitting here with that rip tire from Little Pricey. It will be an ultimate. We'll be watching Immortality Field now invested. You got to figure that rip tire is going to come out, and here it is from Little Pricey, sending it to the sky. Oh, and what a rip tire it is from Little Pricey, finding 3 of Renegades, and Oath will claim this one, and even bigger, Sparky and Slayer both use their ultimates in that fight, so those 2 huge ultimates now off the table for Renegades.
Yeah, especially that Blizzard. That's
huge.
That is a crucial one. Little Pricey with the Tony Hawk Pro Skater tire there, up and around the half pipe to take out 3. A really good play there. They have some more ults here that they can hold with. You know, they can put Voltage at the back of this catwalk if Renegades go the same way. Looks like they're deciding. The issue here is going to be dealing with this sim wall. That is often the point-winning ultimate for this comp.
It can absolutely be, and here we go. I expect the sim wall to be a factor here. We see, Voltage run. Voltage gets caught out there a little bit, and the Symmetra wall now in. Voltage is going to let this thing probably run as long as he can. Oh, Rabbit Gunner gets caught, unfortunately, by Voltage. Rabbit Gunner on the wrong side of the wall, and will pay the price for it. Huge source of damage now out for Renegades. But that being said, it's all Renegades on the point right now as Oath tries to get on the point and stagger it out here. That clock is ticking as it gets closer and closer to 70%. Self-destruct on the point, and Renegades will take Hanamura and tie this one up 1-1.
Yeah, it's just so tough to deal with that Symmetra wall, and as a follow-up, Infuse hits a great shatter. I think he knocked down 3 or 4 people there to kind of clean up that fight from there, but that sim wall completely negated Sparky on the higher ground. I mean, he did get 1, but it also meant, you know, he couldn't do any damage after his ult was over because everybody was just behind that sim wall.
All right, again, we are now tied 1-1 in our first to 4 matchup, which means we are guaranteed at least 3 more maps tonight, Apathy. But I have a feeling with the way these 2 maps have played out so far, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more than 3 maps.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the time for 7.
Yeah,
might get a little sleepy.
Unfortunately, you might have to deal with 7 here today. The bat pick is now going to Renegades. Again, these are first to 4 matchups, and we do have halftime after map 3. So the map choice will go down to Oath. It's on our it is on our hybrid maps of this knockout stage, and I believe we are looking at the maps being Eichenwald, as well as Numbani, and of course map 3 that I cannot remember, but I'm
Hollywood.
sure Hollywood. That's why you're great, Apathy. That's why you're great. We go and we have Hollywood as well in the map pool. Let's get a couple of updates here from other matches
Only the
ongoing.
human map pool.
Ongoing right now. We have Koala Kings up 1-0 against Strix. Galactic Penguins 1-0 over Luminous Foxes. We have this feature match running as well. SEAL Team Spuds claim a 2-0 lead over Quokka Queens right now. Decapitators sitting up 1-0 over Billings Boomers, and Devil Dukes versus Insidious still 1-0 after a draw on 2CP. So they are on map 3 with Devil Dukes up 1-0. And we are again keeping a close eye on everything going on right now. It looks like I have a couple streams on in the background here, so I can keep an eye on those matches as well. It looks like Decapitators are on attack here on Anubis as well, with an opportunity to take that map here on this point. Lots going on, guys, all across Tranquility. Taking a look as well at the Luminous and Galactic Penguins. Looks like they're getting ready for map 2 on that one right now. So lots going on out there, guys. Lots of excitement. We will continue to keep you updated throughout the night so you can stay aware of what is happening in Tranquility today. For those of you who also didn't know as well, we have another exciting event on Monday next week. We have our Tranquility Community Appreciation Night, where we will be hosting a series of Apex Legends customs, which is a rare treat to have, especially for a community such as ours that really doesn't do Apex. But hey, we have a great opportunity to do it, so we are going to take it. So if you're interested in doing that, check announcements in the Discord and you'll get more information there. But Apathy, it's been an awesome night so far here with these first 2 maps, and we are on to Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood is I think that's a good pick from Oath. I definitely would have avoided Eichenwald with how much Renegades like to play this Pharah, and Nimbani is always a little weird for some teams depending on what they like to run. And so I feel like Hollywood is a very good bet. They're going to be sticking with the same lineup right now, keeping Dylan on the tank, Bossman on support, and Lil Pricey on the DPS, and currently running a very similar comp again to what we saw in Hanamura. I think it definitely had its bright spots, but I don't think this is a comp that you can force 100% of the time in all situations.
Well, and nonetheless, let's force it and see what happens. Sparky with the full sticky bomb delivery there onto Little Pricey, who almost gets taken down by that. Dylan going onto the high ground with the pile driver, not collecting anybody into that one, however. But the poke game is on now for Oath, and it looks like they are trying to reposition onto that high ground.
Yeah, they want to take this high ground here and kind of soft contest the Ana out of Cafe before really getting any good engages up. We'll have to see. Little Pricey on the Soldier is a bit of a weird pick. Hopefully he can deal with the Echo. But he's just going to be looking to poke stuff out, but he doesn't really have much follow-up potential with his balls dives.
Not really, no, but here we go nonetheless, and that is a bunch of kills right there in a row for Renegades, pardon me. Renegades with a very, very strong start to this map. 3 minutes left on the clock. Oath coming out empty on that first attack.
Yeah, and they're empty in the sense of ults too. Behind on all of the more important ults, we're going to be seeing Crix the Ace here coming close to this nano boost that you can stick onto this monkey. And that's really where the dangerous ult cycle of current monkey on a dive comps begins, is that nano and that primal rotation.
And here we go with the next in fight, and Lion Gamer using that rock, not collecting anybody there. Crix the Ace trying to keep that front line up, getting those shots in there, doing a fantastic job. Has the nano boost in hand, looking to probably pump that out onto Infuse here. I would expect to see that happen fairly shortly, especially as Hunter Killer is taken down here. The Renegades will continue the aggression, however, and we see the nano boost now in onto Infuse, who has found 2 already. The Zen and the Soldier down. Infuse finds a 3rd, has a Primal Rage in hand, looking to find a 4th, but cannot. But it doesn't matter. The damage is done, and Infuse has taken this one for the Renegades with 2 minutes now on the clock.
Yeah, and those staggers there might have saved them a bit because they were down both supports. Oath did a really good job of picking out Hunter Killer early. I think they hit him with like a Helix rocket and then a pile drive to just kind of blow them up very, very quickly. But now Infuse sitting here on this Primal can make this fight go so long despite all of those ults.
And Fuse has the Primal Rage, like you said. It's a very critical ultimate. Dylan trying to swing in and get some mines on the top of Cafe, unable to do so. They get a little bit healed up. They'll pile drive in. They'll get the mines in there, you have to imagine, but a great patient pile driver there from Dylan to set that one up. Hops into ball form for just a moment just to make sure they can survive that self-destruct. Sparky uses copy onto the Brigida, probably unintentional and unfortunate unintentional play there for Sparky, and that is going to result in, it looks like Renegades losing this first point here.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily unintentional. It just was like he was nowhere near his team to be giving them that passive Inspire healing. I mean, they were down both supports, so I guess copying a support can sometimes be the correct play, but they lost 2 like as he was in the dupe animation, so he just walks into mines and resets, which is the smart thing to do.
It is. It's an unfortunate scenario, but you make the best. You know, when life gives you lemons, you just got to find a way to make some lemonade, I guess. So if you're Renegades, you're getting ready on this high ground here, trying to position up for an aggression as they push through this first choke point into the streets of Hollywood. And we see Pulse Bomb in from Voltage, yeeting it from the sky, finds Crix the ace. Unfortunately gets stuck near that mine, or I'm sorry, near that Pulse Bomb. I think they got booped into it.
He got rocked into it.
He got rocked into it. Ouch.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. An Oath now on the aggression with Silver and Little Pricey riding that limo through the streets past the saloon. A comfy ride so far for them. They haven't really stopped at all.
Yeah, and they haven't really had to, you know, contest this high ground too much. They Dylan was able to get a large boop, getting most of the Renegades players off that high ground, and so you don't really need to contest high ground if you just can consistently knock them all down to your level, I guess.
We see rally now from Hunter Killer and Little Pricey taken down quickly by the tracer play from Rabbit Gunner, and there goes Dylan as well. 2 early kills for Renegades means Oath is gonna have to get this reset, and Renegades answer back with a very critical fight win here to try to slow it down in the streets phase, and Oath now gonna have to look for some answers.
Yeah, this rally is just such a good team fight ultimate. They don't really have to use anything else. They just rally, walk in. They've still got the nano. They've still got the primal. You know, they can nano their tracer here and go in deep with the primal, or they can use the primal and then nano him right after to build another one very, very quickly. But Silver does have this transcendence here, so there are some defensive options here for Oath.
The Silver going to be a big one here to watch. We see a big lift from Lion Gamer. Huge flux takes 2 down. Lion Gamer Sigma outstanding so far. Infuse going to pop the Primal Rage, trying to stay alive, trying to keep this thing going with the Transcendence now in from Silver to make sure that that Primal Rage doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Voltage finds Mini Wheats as well as Infuse. The last hope on the point there for Renegades will fall. And point B taken by Oath.
Yeah, Renegades used a lot of ults there in what was pretty much a lost fight. As soon as that Sigflux killed 2, they pulled out the nano, they pulled out the primal, they pulled out the pulse. Not the biggest deal, but the nano and the primal, especially using both in one fight, it's going to take you a while to build potentially another one. And Oath still has a lot to work with. They've still got that rally, which is great for brawling out team fights. They've got a pulse bomb to find a quick pick. We see Renegades making some switches. They might be moving over to a 6-man style here for the last point.
It looks like they are making that change, so that is a perhaps unexpected change, but here we are nonetheless. They're going to get aggressive. Little Pricey, however, in the back line with this tactical visor will find Infuse. Looking for the Lucio as well. Not able to find them yet, and that finishes them off there. And the cart's still moving, and Oath is very close to pushing this through, while Renegades, all they have left is staggers here, Apathy. This has been a tough defense here for Renegades all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was looking so good from point 1. I don't really know how I feel about this 6-man switch. They're just getting cleaned up very, very quickly. They reset all their ults into a team with multiple ults and tried to play a comp that relies on very, very fast picks against a team that had both of their support ults up. So that's always going to be a tough matchup. You know, Brawl and Rush does get played a lot at the end of these types of maps, but it's normally for their ability to live, not for, you know,
right,
trying to int and trade 1-for-1.
All right. Keeping an eye on other matchups, like I said, throughout the night. A quick score update from out there. Koala Kings and Strix after map 2. The score is Koala Kings 1, Strix 0.
Another draw.
Marsupial teams and drawing maps. I tell you, they like a nice long night, and the way they're going looks like a long night for both those teams as well. So right now, also Decapitators up 2-0 over the Billings Boomers. So we will continue to watch everything going on here throughout the night. But nonetheless, now Oath is in control with a very nice 1 minute 3 second time make here. That's a big 3 seconds apathy because of that ability to take. It takes if they can at least hold to overtime, the worst they can see is a draw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all they have to do is get it really even just below that 1 minute mark, and they've already got a significant advantage there as well in terms of how the time banks will meet and sync up with each other. Renegades here rolling out with a double bubble attack. I really like this.
I always get thrown by the double bubble. I know in Korea, Zarya always sees a ton of play. In the US, we just haven't, or the NA side, we haven't really seemed to figure out this at all. But here they go nonetheless. They're going to try the double bubble. They do find Voltage and Dylan early on here. Double bubble attack from Renegades. Infuse bounces on the support, or bounces on the back line and takes down a couple. You got to watch out for that monkey with that jetpack. That is a very hefty projectile apathy.
Yeah, I think one of the best parts about Double Bubble is its matchup into Sigma-based comps, whether that's an Orisa Sigma or a Ball Sigma, which Oath have been playing a lot of. Zarya and Monkey do really well at catching out this Sigma while he's trying to off-angle, or displacing him away from his team, and you can just bubble him off. You can negate pretty much everything that he wants to do, his entire ult kit, including his ult, with Zarya bubbles, and just completely beam him down because he can't use his hands against lasers too. So really good pick against Sigma comps, I think.
All right, and here we go with two big picks early for Oath, and they do. Oh, what a huge biotic grenade! And we see Infuse get in there really quick to try to capitalize on that. But with a couple down already, it's still going to be tough. But Infuse getting very, very aggressive here. But Voltage and Lion Gamer are going to manage to hold firm here for Oath. What a fantastic biotic grenade from Crix the Ace, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it was the Echo Mercy. They tried to go for a really deep backline flank, and they both got caught out and were both picked. And that was really what turned the fight. I mean, Crix tried his damnedest, but unfortunately, you know, in a 4v6, even a purple that massive isn't going to be able to turn it too much.
Not quite, no, for sure. Pile driver in from Dylan, now caught with the rest of the Renegades, having a bit of a staring contest with the Zarya, but Zarya Miniweets is going to have to stare at their own tombstone now, it appears, as they head back to the spawn room. But they will be brought back by Hunter Killer, and it will be again a 6v6 as this double bubble composition looks to push into this ball tracer composition. We see lots of ultimates. I expect to see the letter Q pressed at least once or twice, and there is one here from Lion Gamer who will pop a Gravitic Flux. Sparky will pop the ultimate to copy Soldier in return, and that is going to get them a quick early tack visor as they find Voltage. They're going to push out, trying to find the Zenyatta as well. Silver gets caught out. And despite getting two pickoffs, though, it looks like Oath is still going to manage to hold on firm through this point.
Yeah, Renegades have had a bit of a consistent issue with these ults being used in lost fights, and it's really been the main thing that's hurting them. I mean, their pathing, their macro, their comps are great, other than that ult usage, and of course, all of them very mechanically gifted players too. They're just getting out ulted by Oath.
All right, and we see the pile driver in from Dylan, knocking a few of them up here as the nano boost. I'm sorry, the Valkyrie now from Hunter Killer, and we see the soldier. I'm sorry, the tactical visor as well from Little Pricey. That is going to open the door here now for Oath to get aggressive onto Renegades. Oh, Infuse does get the nano, gets booped off with a great whip shot from Bossman, but they're going to use their primal rage to get back into it, and with Rabbit Gunner, they're going to take down two of Oaths right away. Infuse now pressuring Lion Gamer as well. That is going to be 3 picks for Renegades. Dylan now trying to die on the card here just to buy a little bit of time for the recontest to come through here right before point two gets taken. But a great attack from Renegades.
Yeah, a really good primal from Infuse there, booping everybody on Oath down to the low ground. Again, isolating that Sigma and picking him off. We're going to see Oath go for a recontest here. With this rally, it might be possible.
All right, and we see the rally now from Bossman going for it, trying to find something a little pricey, though, taking down Bossman very deep with the other supports, trying to take down all of Renegades on their own. But wow! Voltage finds 3 with a crazy pulse bomb. I wish we had that on camera. I'm guessing we're going to see it in the play of the game, but my God, Voltage turns that fight around. I mean, that was kind of looking a little bit rough for Oath, but out of nowhere, Voltage with the 3K. That's insane.
Yeah, he must have stuck the support, one of the supports somewhere back near the cart, and they just walked. You know, they weren't able to get away from each other. They weren't able to disperse fast enough. Really good play there from Voltage coming off the back of that rally from Bossman to give them so much space to work with. And we're coming into a dangerous fight here from Renegades. If they can't get anything done with this, either this Nano Visor or this Nano Monkey, they might struggle.
Oh, what a great flux again. Lion Gamer has been outstanding on this Sigma with the fluxes and the rocks, just barely missing on Infuse, but Infuse gets booped off by Bossman's whip shot, and they're just going to get 0 value from that Uber. I'm sorry, I called it an Uber there. TF2 times came through there from the Nano Boost. Great play there from Oath to keep that Nano Boost out of the equation. Uber,
you like the car ride service?
No, Uber. It was an Uber when the medic hit the heavy. Come on, I'm not that old, okay? An attack visor now from Sparky to try to open this one up for Renegades, and a little pricey. However, it's going to take Infuse down, and that entire attack visor gets thrown right into the Sigma grasp. Is going to just give Lion Gamer a nice big fat shield for Rabbit Gunner to work their way through. Here comes the tactical visor trying to open this door up just a little bit for a little pricey, and the kills are trading right now, but it looks like the kills are starting to swing just in the favor of Renegades by a little bit. We see mines now on the point from Dylan, and that actually is huge. Miniweeds goes down. Renegades still trying to fight this one out with only 11 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to make this their last fight. We see Infuse take it very low. They have
Primal alive.
They have Primal Rage in hand. Crix is going to have to stay alive. Gets the Nano Boost onto the Mercy, but Hunter Killer pulls the pistol. Is going to go ham with that. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, you know, there was that. But Infuse now has the Primal Rage. It's going to try to skirt their way over to point, going to surf their way over. They will get to the point with some great jumping mechanics there from Infuse. They will get there, and they will immediately get blown right up. And Oath with a strong Hollywood. They will take it, and they'll go up in this match 2-1.
Yeah, Renegades just, they had to use too many ults to get Oath off that high ground, and they didn't have any ults to clean up the fights on cart, and Oath just came out with that spawn advantage, making, you know, crucial picks and plays. They could trade 1-for-1 very confidently because of how good their spawn advantage is, and they're able to take this map rather well.
Oath right now is in control 2-1 of this match. We still have a lot of Overwatch left to go. Renegades will have an opportunity to respond after this match, and we're going to take a quick halftime break, guys. Again, there's lots of matches going on in Tranquility, and we will update you on everything here as things are going throughout the night. So stay tuned. We will be back in about 10 minutes with more Renegades versus Oath. All right, welcome back, everybody, to our Discord tier championship bracket matchup between the Renegades and Oath. We are 2-1 in favor of Oath currently. Oath coming in as the 3rd seed in this bracket, with Renegades sitting as the 2nd seed. So by seeds, we're technically looking at an upset in the making. The question is will Renegades be able to stabilize out here? Apathy, your thoughts on what Renegades needs to do in order to come back in this matchup?
I don't think it's anything map or composition based. I think they just need to have better control of these ultimates. You know, Oath is doing a lot better of a job at keeping their ults for when it matters, especially on their attacks. And Renegades has been blowing some ults in fights that look quite unturnable, in my opinion, at least. You know, I guess you never know because ults are ultimate. you could always do something crazy with one, but I think the percentage chance is just so low, and when you're playing with your backs against the wall, I don't think you want to be taking big bets like that.
Absolutely. Renegades right now, again, down 1-0. We have matches ongoing in other tiers. Let's get some updates for those. Transcendence tier match, Decapitators versus Billings Boomers. Decapitators with a 3-0 lead in that 1-4 matchup. So Billings Boomers will have to run back a reverse sweep in order to boom the Decapitators out of the playoffs here. Devil Dukes up 2-0. Again, they are on map 4 because of an earlier draw with Insidious. SEAL Team Spuds now up 2-1 against Quokka Queens at halftime. We have Galactic Penguins now up 3-0 over Luminous Foxes. Luminous Foxes also looking at the beep beep reverse sweep scenario to try to get back into this. Koala Kings and Strix. Last update I have is still 1-0 for Koala Kings. There was a draw. I'm not seeing any other score updates yet, so if I get an update, I will relay that as we go. But guys, we are now on Watch Point Gibraltar, Renegades versus Oath. So this is this is Renegades pick. They're going to go to Watch Point, and you got to figure with the way Renegades have been playing, we're going to see a lot of Infuse on that Winston on this map.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any monkey play from Oath yet, so I do like this pick here.
Mm-hmm. We will get the monkey play now from Infuse. Oath going to roll out on the Ball Sigma composition with this Soldier and Tracer. Very a-traditional composition from Oath, but it's been working well for them so far in this match tonight. And we'll be curious to see how this defense works out for them as they start off here on... I'm sorry, how this attack... Pardon me. Attack. Oh, wait.
Going back and forth.
Nope. He's just toying with our hearts. Toying with our hearts a little bit. Dylan back on the wrecking ball, rolling out onto onto Gibraltar, and we are off with Little Pricey going to claim the high ground. And Oath right now looking to go up 3-1. I mean, this is one of those very critical points if you're Renegades. Going down to 3-1 is brutal. This is a big map for them. They kind of need this one.
Yeah, this is potentially a map that will turn the series, especially after losing control and being, you know, potentially worried about control. Oath compositionally seems to be like they'd be great at Busan. So control is dangerous. Oath with a great first pick here. Onto, I believe, Rico, which is worth noting that it appears that Sparky had to leave, and so they now have Rico coming in as a ringer.
Rico is a ringer for Renegades here, coming in this map 4, so definite situation for Renegades to keep an eye on, see how Rico performs as that ringer. Lion Gamer finds Crix the Ace with Dylan being taken down in the back line here. Support and tank now down for each team, but Little Pricey finds Hunter Killer. Rico takes down Voltage with a big headshot, though. Rabbit Gunner now, but is just hoping to get away from the Zenyatta. They will find a way to do so. The kill is trading right now, but Reiko found yet another, and that is going to kind of slow down Oath. I say that, and they go right in. Of course, Apathy.
Yeah.
I can't keep tabs of this count.
I think it was more of Infuse, you know, going back into them before Crix and Hunter got set up, but Crix did build that nano boost off of like really one good fight. Gonna go ahead and use it here onto the Brig.
Setting up the raid boss onto the point here to try to enable Hunter Killer to build up that rally and try to hold on to this point a little bit longer. Bob on the point as well, and it does look like with those couple of ultimates, Renegades are gonna hold on here for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, and a really good sleep there from Crix the Ace. They need to set up quickly, though. They don't want to be hanging around this point. They need to get their supports back onto high ground. All right, there they go. Yeah, a really fast nano from Crix, despite getting picked off early by Lion Gamer. Still able to build that up very quickly. It uses it on the Brig and doesn't have to sacrifice any of their Monkeys ult charge either. Infuse already sitting on a Primal. So let's see if they can keep up this better ult usage that they've shown so far.
Here we go now with this matchup here. Again, high ground now in control of for Oath as they look to roll through. And here comes the proximity mines now from Dylan. And my goodness, Voltage again with a crazy pulse bomb. Voltage has been just absolutely crazy tonight on this Tracer for certain. I mean, this is the example of part of the reason why Oath climbed back up the standings this season and why Voltage is getting the credit they're being given as an all-star potential bid.
Yeah, the Tracer and the Reaper, which we haven't gotten to see too much of tonight. Definitely his signature heroes. Very consistently good at those two.
Yeah, wow. This has been a fantastic night for those two players in particular. Really, really good stuff from Oath so far as they push through point A. Renegades with a strong hold on point A that cannot be understated. And Rabbit Gunner has, I mean, the Tracer battle has been crazy. And of course, because I say that, they switch onto 6-man. This is,
yeah,
I need to stop. Again. I need to stop. I need to stop. Onto the Sombra here. What do you make of the 6-man switch here?
It's tough to play into Zenyatta, as we see here, Infuse getting discorded and burned down immediately. I don't know how Gibraltar second isn't the worst, but they don't have time to set up on shuttle.
Right.
Like the advantage of playing this comp on Gibraltar second is that you can drop from shuttle as 6 and take the fight anywhere you want. But they have to invest their amp speed to get into the fight and just immediately get burned down.
And here we go. So we see Oath now in control, pushing the card here. Voltage, yet another cookie in hands. Who is he playing Crumble Cookie with today? It doesn't matter. He doesn't need to because, my God, I'm sorry, Voltage, they didn't need to do anything there. Great play there from Oath. And Voltage, they'll get to hold on to that pulse bomb just a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I suppose this is where ideally, Renegades comp should fully come online. You know, they've had a fight to build at least 1 or 2 ultimates, and Oath has had to expend quite a few of theirs. I'd like to see them try to get into this fight quickly before Silver can pop that trance, but he's getting very close to it here.
Now, here we go. Coalescence and the aggression from Renegades means that Oath is going to have to slow down here. The Transcendence in from Silver is not going to be nearly enough to stabilize, unfortunately, for Oath. And Renegades now in control. They'll have a Primal coming back here. Renegades with good ultimates. They are in position here. You know, this is a situation now. They have control. They have some ultimates to cycle through. Renegades are in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, they didn't fully set up quick enough. I would have liked to see them be set up and engaging earlier than Oath got back. But they're still going to be able to find a pick onto Silver here.
Rabbit Gunner looking for the hack onto the Brigida, will get it. Brigida taken very low and dropped by Rabbit Gunner, but the kills are coming in the favor now of Oath as they get the DMAC as well onto Mini Weeds, and the kill feed is all red as Rabbit Gunner, the last one alive, a couple very low now for Oath as they try to push through, and Mini Weeds will get taken down as the cart will round the corner here. We see Rabbit Gunner trying to stage for a hack here perhaps, as they move back behind, looking to pack out some packs for certain. But Renegades right now trying to get a recontest with Oath, who is slightly undermanned at the card here. EMP is in, and it's a big one. Rico will pop the ultimate as well. The Death Blossom in, takes down Boss Man. 2 ultimates there from Renegades are going to be what they need to stabilize out with 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, but that's... I mean, they've got the Cole coming up, but those are 2 of their most important ultimates, and Oath is rounding around the corner to 5. And especially this rally is always a big one when pushing into 6-man. It is so tough for a Monkey to do anything against people that have that armor. And a great combo here with the Mind Flux.
All right, we see again a Mind Flux in. It's not going to be enough though, the Flux in there from Crix the Ace. I got a little crossed up on my teams there, so it looks like it is going to be enough for Renegades there. Renegades will be able to slow this one down and able to stop Oath for just a little bit longer. 1 minute and 10 seconds now left on the attack.
Silver is building Trance double the pace of these EMPs. He's almost matching Crix the ace on the Coalescence even, which is very, very impressive, especially into 6-man. I mean, you can take some distance to get that poke in and build your ult really quickly. And that's what Renegades is kind of playing into. They're putting themselves into this Zen sight line.
Brigida ultimate now in play. Boss Man building up the armor for Oath, but we see Little Pricey already on the ground, and Little Pricey had that tack visor as well, so that ultimate now no longer in play for Oath, as Boss Man taken very low and will be dropped by this 6-man composition, and that is going to mean that Oath is going to have to look to reset here. They only have 20 seconds left, so they got to die quick so they have a chance to even potentially get back here with Dylan rolling onto that point.
Yeah, I think they could have used that trance as well. Maybe holding it for the EMP, but you know, 6-man is just so good at getting back and stalling, especially with a defender's spawn advantage.
There's an EMP, but it's immediate. Well played there from Silver to stop out with a huge rock as well from Lion Gamer, and that is going to set up now Oath for a big attack here, being able to stay alive through that EMP thanks to great support play from Silver, and obviously that amazing rock as well from Lion Gamer. And Oath, despite all odds, that was a fantastic EMP, but Oath just flat out played it better, and that is going to mean Oath is now in position to take this point, Apathy.
Yeah, Silver able to dodge or at least react to that EMP, which is probably the best thing you can ask for your Zenyatta in this matchup.
Really good play there from Silver to enable that, and that is now with that ball spinning to win. Oath will claim point 3 and the full cap on Gibraltar. Oath with a huge push. Renegades are going to need to respond.
Yeah, and I'm still not sure how I feel about this 6-man pick. I kind of wonder if it's like thinking that they're going to bait Oath into the mirror, because Oath has played a lot of 6-man in their playoff run so far, and it's been a solid composition for them. But it doesn't seem like that's a composition that they run with their current like lineup of roles. You know, Dylan hasn't really shown too much on this monkey anyways. So the bait kind of fails, and Oath ends up rolling over them up until third point, despite that, you know, most people would say that, you know, 6-man at a lower level counters Ball Sigma comps, just because Ball and Sigma are so vulnerable to the hacks. Of course, at the higher levels, that does kind of start to change, and Oath are showing that they are a high-level team by being able to play this style of a composition into a composition like 6-man that punishes, you know, kind of lower elo positioning and hacks out people who are split.
Oath right now playing fantastic Overwatch, and it's worth noting Oath's story to get to this point. We've talked about it a little bit before. You know, 1-4 in stage 1, stage 2 they managed to squeak out the 3rd seed in the playoffs with winning their group, and then they get eliminated in the playoffs, but they get brought back because it's found that one of the teams were cheating. And my gosh, it's just they made the most of that opportunity, and now they're in position here to potentially not only like get back into the elimination bracket, which was something that, you know, 5 days ago they didn't think they could even potentially do. They're staring a semifinals bid, and it's crazy to see the story for both right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a really good job from their start this season, starting slow in a tough group, albeit.
Yes.
And then kind of forged in the fire of an underratedly good, you know, Group B. And I think that's
Federer, Oreo Fleet, and Firefight. That was a good group.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of talent in that group, and to come out on top of that says a lot for Oath. And it seems like they are just continuing to get better. Renegades, on the other hand, again, another team that's been getting better throughout the season. So this is, I mean, both these teams have such remarkable stories to this point, Apathy, and it's been so much fun to watch. But Lion Gamer right now finding 2 picks in this fight. And that's going to mean Oath is going to continue to hold here, right? 2 minutes and 50 seconds already. That cart's most of the way to point A, but Oath right now is getting back in control on defense.
Yeah, they've Renegades trying to take the high ground, but they weren't able to get control of server room. Oath, you know, soft contests this first high ground here, and then kind of backed up into server room and was able to hold that one very, very well. So despite getting, you know, the Sig and the Soldier up on the high ground for Renegades, they're not really able to do much with it because Oath was just sitting comfortably in that server room there.
Both right now setting up on the high ground here with Renegades. Renegades try to sneak out. Rico gets caught, and that is a tough spot now for Renegades. They're trying to find a way to get back into this, but Crix the Ace loses the Zenyatta duel with Silver. That's a brutal set of kills there right now for Renegades, as Rabbit Gunner right now walking their way up, trying to sneak their way over to the cart. Perhaps maybe trying to squeak out a sneaky little C9, but I think the cart's a little too far back at this point.
Yeah, not necessarily a 6-9, but kind of, or a C9, but
Monka S.
One of the only things that a tracer can really do on Gibraltar, it takes them so long to path around the high ground that you do often see them try to force point while the rest of the team engages. So props to Rabbit for doing the correct play, but it's just tough to get really any more value than on a tracer on this map.
What a great lift again from Lion Gamer, but not able to collect any kills off that. But we do see Infuse get taken down there. Renegades struggling to find any momentum as Voltage and the entirety of Oath, they cannot get pushed off this high ground. It's been impressive to see so far, Apathy.
Yeah, they cannot, unlaunch Lil Pricey, Silver, and Bossman from this high ground, and the Discord plus Soldier basically like having a little bit of a mercy pocket that can also fend for themselves. They're just melting down Infuse and Mini Wheats in particular, not really letting them get anywhere. A potential big minefield here from Infuse, but they've got the support ults to counter it out.
All right, here we go, guys. Renegades now trying to get some attack going, but Little Pricey with that tack visor is going to take them down. Crix the Ace finds Little Pricey there, but it doesn't seem to matter now. Renegades are just Renegades are just kind of trying to grasp at straws to try to find something out of this attack, but the aggression is just unbeatable right now for Oath. They push on to Infuse. Infuse dropped very low. Will get kept up for just a little bit longer. The Zenyatta is in a very tough spot. Mini Wheats onto the ground. Rico pops the tactical visor, not able to find anything as Little Pricey takes them down. And right now, the Renegades are falling here. Infuse with a kill onto Silver, so trying to stabilize out. So an opportunity now for Renegades to get back into it. They are stabilizing slightly on this point. Both supports there. A huge transcendence now from Crix the Ace is going to buy some time for everybody to come back. And here come the reinforcements now for Renegades. They'll have an opportunity, but a huge proximity mine from Dylan is going to slow them down. But again, answered by Infuse on this Wrecking Ball. Infuse is playing out of his mind right now, matching Dylan stroke for stroke. But here we go. Infuse now in, trying to roll through, not finding anything. And the kills are going slightly in Oath's favor suddenly. Renegades coming back in, trying to find a way to get back into it. But Little Pricey with the tack visor will find two. And Oath finds himself 1 point from taking this match.
That was an excellent display in how to play high ground on Gibraltar. That end of the first point is so tough to push into, and deceptively, great for full holding. And Oath did everything that they needed to, setting up that Soldier. We finally get to see the Voltage Pulse Bomb in the play of the game. Didn't get to see it on Hollywood, but get to see it this time around. And they just excelled at holding these high grounds. The ults, that trance came in at a fairly clutch time for Renegades, but they weren't really able to turn it into anything. They just topped off their ball and their brig, but they weren't really able to aggress or take any space with it. They were still stuck on cart. And Dylan comes in and says, if you're just standing still on cart, I'm gonna, put some mines on cart then. You don't want to, you can't take any map pressure. It's overtime. You can't leave this area. So here's a bunch of mines for you to have fun with.
It's been a great match so far for Oath. Renegades are going to have to find an answer now onto Control. We have Busan in the map pool, as well as, we just did Nepal, pardon me, as well as Oasis. Is it Oasis or Ilios? I'm sorry. I'm very prepared. It's Ilios, pardon me. I'm very prepared right now. But Ilios, obviously, both these teams, are, for this one, Busan seems to heavily favor that six-man composition. Do you have any expectations here for Renegades for what they're going to get?
I would be thinking Ilios. I don't think you want to take Oath to Busan. They've shown in the past that they can play six-man. The comp that they've been rolling out all night is probably the most dominant comp possible on Sanctuary. And they've shown at times that they have a really good brawl as well. And Renegades, they made their name here in this playoff run and in their stage 2 games off this Pharah. And I think Helios is the place to go for that.
Both these teams having great seasons, as we said. They go to Helios, as you suspected here. Both these teams having great seasons. And by the way, I have to say as well, if you're looking for a way to support these brand new teams of Tranquility this season, one of the best ways to do that and support the community as well, shop.spreadshirt.com/OW Tranquility or !shop in the chat. You can go to our Tranquility store. You can pick yourself up some shirts, some sweatshirts, some mouse pads, magnets, cups, water bottles, backpacks. You could even get I saw a baby onesie. You could get an Oath baby onesie. I'm just saying. Apathy. We can finally get PDK some clothes, so it'd be great. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That's a good one.
Yes, no, twit longer incoming. But anyways, again, shop.spreadshirt.com/OW Tranquility, !store in the chat, everybody. And Renegades versus Oath right now, 3-1 in favor of Oath. But we do have other maps other matches ongoing. Quick updates from out in Tranquility Land right now. Galactic Penguins has finished the job. They took care of Luminous Foxes 4-0, a clean sweep for Galactic Penguins. They will be facing Doodles. They will be facing
FBRD.
FBRD, Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies, the Battle of the Birds next week in the semifinals in the Harmony NA tier. We had Koala King still versus Strix. That's still 1-1. So that match is still ongoing. They got a long map ahead of them still right now, or a long night ahead of them still. Steel Team Spuds up 3-1 over the Quokka Queens. Steel Team Spuds up in that match, looking at match point going to map 5. Decapitators finished off the Billings Boomers 4-0 clean sweep for the Decapitators. They will go next week to what is probably going to be one of the better matches of the season, I would imagine. Decapitators versus Epizeuxis. Apathy.
Matchup we've been waiting for all season.
We get it in the semifinals. Kind of a shame in a way, but hey, you know what? We're here now. We got to roll with it. Decapitators versus Epizeuxis next week. Going to be a good one. Devil Dukes taking on Insidious. Devil Dukes, they're on map 5 right now because they had a tie earlier. It's 2-1 in favor of Devil Dukes. So Insidious did take a map now, trying to get back into it after halftime. We'll continue to keep you updated on these other scores throughout the night, everybody. But again, we are back to Busan. Or no, are we on Busan? We're on Busan.
It appears that they changed to Busan.
They changed to Busan. I did not catch that, and that is interesting. You gotta think this favors Oath.
Yeah, I definitely don't like this choice. It's worth noting that Beto now, not the DPS they started with, the DPS who is going to arrive here late, is here. But he is very clearly rusty and gets picked off immediately.
Unfortunately. Unfortunate for Renegades there, losing them early, but Dylan goes down as well. Dylan now on the Lucio. I can't keep up, but we're rolling with it. Let's go.
It's back to what they played on Nepal.
Oh, this is exactly what they played on Nepal.
Roster is exactly what they played on Nepal, and I think it's because Dylan isn't known for his monkey. So they switch it up so that they can get the monkey in here, it looks like.
You can't argue with success right there for a 6-man composition, but Infuse finds Dylan again. Dylan goes down for the second time so far here. Voltage on their Reaper. What is huge Earth Shatter there from Infuse. The first Earth Shatter of the day. I haven't had time to say anything about huge Earth Shatters, but we finally get one from Infuse there to take that one and take this first cap for Renegades.
Hey, no complaints from me about the Earth Shatters. It's a little interesting to see the 6-man on this point. You know, they did run it against Redacted and it worked, but that was a very, very weird map from my viewing of it, and it's often tough to play 6-man into a brawl comp.
Oh, Beto gets booped away by Dylan, but Dylan pays the price for it. A little pricey in the Primal Rage, is going to be frozen out and going to be taken down there, or not quite taken down, but about to be taken down there. Beto doing a lot of work right now on this Cassidy. Beto finding another kill there. Voltage gets stunned out briefly on the point and now dropped again by Beto. You said rusty, Apathy. I feel like that rust has it's gone away pretty quickly.
All it took was one, Moira orb to the face, I guess.
It's a bit, one Moira orb.
It does kind of look like a Kovacs orb.
One Moira orb and one 2-minute video from Samito about Moira orb on Twitter, and all of a sudden he is back. Beto is back into it. So you gotta love that. They're playing close. They're playing this brawl composition exactly the way it's supposed to be played. Self-destruct now in play, potentially from Renegades, but huge play there from Boss Man with a big EMP. We see the Death Blossom to follow, not connecting with anybody. Good disengage there from Renegades as they try to get stabilized, but the ult parade is on right now for Oath as they will push Renegades all the way back to spawn. The relentless aggression from Oath on this 6-man. You know, Apathy, 6-man is a very aggressive composition. Oath is taking that aggression to an 11.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when they use these ults. It doesn't really matter, you know, if Bossman goes in and he hits a 6-man EMP or he whiffs his EMP, it doesn't matter. The same amount of follow-up is coming through. Kind of that trust in your teammates. You know, they're full sending it before they, like, you know, are waiting to hear, oh, I got X many people. They're just going in. They're trusting that Bossman or that Voltage will get big value with their ults.
We see sound barrier now in from Dylan to try to stabilize here, but Beto finds another with the Deadeye. Beto on this Cassidy. Flash fan onto the Moira, not able to find the kill. Moira manages to get away. This is another 2-minute video coming, I'm sure, about Moira's right there. But that is going to be another set of kills there for Beto and Renegades, and that means Renegades is now in control, and they will cap this point again, 86% and counting.
Yeah, Cassidy just plays so well into every single character in 6-man. I mean, obviously Flash Fan very good at killing, you know, squishies and flankers, but Vito's been on fire with these flashbangs. And they still have the shatter for
still have the Earth Shatter here. Infuse finds Lion Gamer. They still are holding on to this Earth Shatter here. The question is will it come out here? It hasn't yet, and a huge EMP actually from Bossman that is going to slow down Renegades quite a bit. And the Primal Rage now from Little Pricey as well, as they're going crazy on that point. We see the Ice Block in for Rabbit Gunner to try to get some time for the reinforcements to come back, trying to get a freeze on a Little Pricey. They will not be able to do so. They will instead get hacked for their trouble. But the reinforcements are now in for Renegades, and here comes 2 kills. And all of a sudden, Renegades right now are in control. Earth Shatter in, and Renegades they'll win that fight, and they will take the first point.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough matchup. Oath did win it in their last matchup versus Redacted, but that is a little bit surprising. You know, Brawl is just, or the classic Rhine Brawl is just so good at sustaining through whatever you throw at it. And, you know, they can trade 1-for-1 fairly equally on especially control maps. They can all get back pretty quickly other than like the May. And so gonna be tough, but I think these last 2 points are where Oath excels anyways. You know, downtown, known for its 6-man, and so we're finally going to get to see this mirror matchup between the 2 teams, and of course Sanctuary potentially going to be Oath's best point coming out next after this if they can secure downtown.
Right, this is by no means over for Renegades. They got to secure this here. Oath again on match point. So it's up now to Renegades to see if they can clutch this one out and take this to 3-2 and draw this one out just a little bit longer. Renegades are in control here for the time being. Renegades will fall here. Bossman finding 2 early kills. Did not see that coming. And that is going to get Oath just briefly in control here. Slayer dropped as well, and that is going to be now an Oath first cap. Kind of an interesting, weird fight there, Apathy.
Yeah, Rabbit Gunner got the hack off onto Lil Pricey, and they were able to take him out right away. But Bossman got the counter hack onto Rabbit Gunner, took him out. Also means that they have more ult charge, and the main difference is that Oath has a Reaper, which is, you know, worse into a lot of other comps, but better into the mirror match.
Certainly. All right, and it looks like we have a pause now, and we'll come back briefly here as they are working out the pause as we speak. Again, Oath up 3-1. Renegades, however, up 1-0 on this point. So it does look like Renegades have an opportunity now to take this map and take this moving forward here, as it looks like we have a player crash, so they're trying to get back. Looks like Beto did crash out of the game, so that is going to definitely hurt Renegades a little bit, losing some ult charge there for Beto. I think Beto was getting pretty close to that Deadeye, so that does hurt for sure, as Renegades will be coming back. again, we're also watching matches going on out there. Apathy, I'll get your reactions to some of those matchups. Galactic Penguins 4-0 over Luminous Foxes. Your thoughts?
That is not an unpredictable, but still a spicy outcome.
Yes.
I think that's my initial take on that.
Mhm.
I think Galactic have looked like a more solid team overall. Luminous has been up and down at times,
Right.
and so catching them on a down day, I'm not surprised to see this 4-0. And I think, we talked about, or at least Luminous talks about being the hungriest team in Trank, but I don't think you've seen how much Chobi wants to win. I'm remembering last season on Chrysalis. I think Chobi is the hungriest player in Tranquility by maybe except like Vix.
Yeah, maybe. I got to agree with that for sure. I was definitely surprised by the result. Personally, it's not necessarily something that I couldn't ever see happening, but it is surprising to see a 4-0 there for sure. Also, Decapitators 4-0 over Billings. Surprise there?
Not quite. I think Billings could have taken a map, but I think Decapitators has been the stronger team all season, and they're just going to continue to show that. Their slip up against Battalion wasn't really anything relating to Decapitators, more just
Right.
about the strength that Battalion is able to show when they hit their stride.
Taking a look as well, we had other matches still going on. No new scores. Actually, just got a new score to update. Koala Kings up now 2-1 against Strix. So that is looking like it might go a while there. That's a good matchup. Koala Kings versus Strix. They had a draw earlier, so they're now heading to map 5 in that one.
Their match in stage 1 went all the way, didn't it?
It did. I believe it was a 3-2.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a 3-2.
I
Maybe 3-1, but I believe it was a 3-2. So still working on coming back here. It looks like everybody is about ready. And looks like we had a brief unpause, but now we're getting paused back up again. Yes, Prod was not quite ready, but they kind of jumped into it a little bit here. And here we get going now with the match again, guys. Sorry about that. A little technical problem there, but we are getting back up and running. Galactic Penguins, again, 4 over Luminous Foxes. Decapitators, 4 over Billings Boomers, your only result so far tonight. But here we go again. Oath now in control on the point. Beto switching over to the Reaper instead of the Cassidy. That's a good choice, I agree.
It was Tracer. So he kind of used the DC.
Oh, Tracer.
Yeah, they were. Maybe his team was like, I don't like the Tracer, the mirror match. You don't have Volt anymore. Maybe you can switch now. And begrudgingly switches over to that Reaper character, the Reaper guy.
The Reaper guy. I like the Reaper guy because he'll get in like back behind with his special move, and you'll get 2 or 3 shots, and then it's great. It's great. But Oath right now pushing the aggression onto Renegades. Renegades forced back all the way to spawn, and that is going to be Oath now in control as my voice begins to give out.
Oh no. I'm Primal deep in their spawn. Bossman does get caught out by a hack though, and Renegades are pretty much ready to go back in with an EMP hitting 4, but not the crucial target Dylan here with the sound barrier. We'll see if Oath can come back in with an ultimate perhaps. Like their own EMP, they don't even need it.
No, they don't even need it. They use that sound barrier. They get very aggressive, and it pays off for them. And Oath will continue to control here. 77% and counting now on this point. Apathy. It looks like Oath is firmly in control.
Yeah, and they have probably the best team wipe combo that you could have right now with this EMP Death Blossom. Crixie Ace does have the beat. Interesting that we're seeing Crix over on the main support now as well. But I'm not... It's going to be tough. He does get caught out.
Voltage, my goodness, with the spin to win. Death Blossom is going to be definitely the key to open... that's it. That's just it. That's all you needed.
Yeah, a little bit tough to come back from that momentum slip that was the DC. But, I think Oath have shown that they were a lot stronger on this composition in the past anyways. So I don't know. Obviously, you can always say that stuff like that will affect the outcome of the maps, but here's where we were expecting it to really come down to anyways on Sanctuary.
I would agree. This match situation tends to favor Oath a little bit more with that 6-man composition here. But again, we are now in a situation watching to see what Oath can do to try to secure this match win here. They're on match point. Renegades needs this point to stay alive. Beto, unfortunately, dealing with some connection issues, it seems like, and that could hurt them in trying to stay alive in this matchup. It's been a close one, though, Apathy. These guys, I mean, it's 3-1 in favor of Oath. Oath might take it here, but it has been a pretty close matchup. Other than, really, Gibraltar, Renegades have been right there.
Yeah, especially their Hanamura performance was really, really good. Nepal was so close. I just think Nepal seemed to kind of kill their confidence. They came out on this far that they're very proud of, and it didn't quite work out, and they kind of just immediately gave up on it. Instead of trying to, stick to that gun that has worked, that rocket gun that has worked so well for them.
Oh.
But this is also just not the place to bring it back out, obviously.
No.
Far on Sanctuary is quite bad.
And we are back. We are back now with this matchup here. 1-1 Sanctuary now for Renegades, looking at the 6-man with the Tracer. Oath, the 6-man with the Reaper.
Yeah, I suppose they won't be bringing that Ball Sigma comp now because they have Dylan on the main support.
Exactly. They have Dylan on main support. Here we go. The immediate rush to the drum for the two teams in Pagoda. And right now, it looks like Renegades take it very low early on. There goes Infuse. That's the first kill as Renegades will start to fall back. And Oath's relentless 6-man continues to find what it needs to get done. This has been a absolute 6-man clinic from this team.
Yeah, and it's taking the Tracer is just so rough for first fight. It's always a toss-up. It's kind of trying to predict what the enemy team is going to do, and so far they've predicted wrong every single time. 6-man is a very difficult composition to kill back to front, especially for a 6-man, and so Oath just going front to back with that Reaper, steamrolling over both the tanks of Renegades first and cleaning up the fight from there.
Coalescence.
Early Cole here from Silver.
Coalescence from Silver. Look at the, again, they can just get really aggressive off the backs of that, and they do. Ooh. Slayer countering with their own Coalescence, though. That is going to give them a quick chance to take down some of Oath here. Bossman taken down, and the EMP is huge from Rabbit Gunner, and Rabbit Gunner is going to give Renegades there with that EMP the point take, and Oath held to only 40% here.
That was a really good EMP there from Rabbit Gunner, and it's going to let them kind of catch back up on this ult bank as well. The Moiras have been pretty even, but now we're going to see Bossman have to attempt to get this EMP off and hit Crix the Ace. He's shown he could do it before, but, Rabbit Gunner doesn't really have to worry about that because he hit his EMP before Dylan built a beat.
All right, and a sound barrier now in from Dylan to counter out that self-destruct. We see lots of ultimates now from Renegades as well. Both teams using sound barrier, EMP in Bossman's hand. We see the point again still in Renegades' favor, and Renegades will get the kills then. And those kills all these ultimates were committed by both teams. There were more ultimates invested by Renegades. They invested 3 to Oath's 1. I'm sorry, Oath's 2, and it looks like that was the key they needed in order to pull that off.
Yeah, as soon as they forced the Sombra out, they did go in aggressive with the beat. And I don't hate that. I just don't think you need to stack beat and Primal Rage, 2 of your big sustain ultimates. They forced the Sombra out, so they weren't worried about the EMP coming back, but now they have to worry about the EMP this fight, which is going to catch 3.
Oh, wow. The sound barrier. I'm sorry, we see the Death Blossom in there, not a sound barrier. That would not fit the lore very well. Voltage spinning to win, not finding any kills, however, with that Slayer, with the Coalescence dueling beams right now from the two Moiras as Lion Gamer will find Beto. Lion Gamer with a huge remat kill onto Beto. Beto, unfortunate to go down there. EMP now in from Rabbit Gunner to try to continue to clutch this one out. And Infuse will find 2. And Oath right now will need to look at resetting because it looks like Oath will lose this fight. We see a Primal Rage still invested here. Uh-oh. Well, it was a valiant effort, Rabbit Gunner.
Yeah, and it's kills some time, even if they lose this fight, they're in final fight territory, but it looks like they're going to be able to win this fight as well and take the BAP.
This is a good spot right now for Renegades. Beto finding a couple kills. This is going to set them up here. Looks like very nicely to finish this one off. Infused with that Primal Rage as well means it's going to be really hard for Oath to get them off the point. We see Beto again finding another kill. And Renegades are in control for the time being. The hack onto Infuse going to slow them down just a little bit, but this is just the trickle, and it looks like the trickle for Oath is just not going to be enough.
Yeah, the ults coming out for Renegades have been much, much better this map when they had the chance. You know, they had that awkward pause, kind of reset their momentum and their ult bank a bit. This time, they were doing very, very well. Even when they didn't have the beat to deal with this EMP, they kited it out effectively. Rabbit Gunner came in with a counter EMP, and they were able to take those really, really long fights, despite getting hit with a 4-3 man EMP from Rabbit Gunner there.
And here we go, bigger shatter from Infuse, getting that one there. Not seeing a whole lot of Reinhardt today, so you always enjoy seeing yourself a little Earth Shatter. Renegades now up 3-2 with that big clutch up there on Busan. Now Oath, in order to stay in this, Renegades has to win the next two. Oath, if that were to happen, will have the next two map picks. So Oath will be in control of their destiny no matter what here. So that is a favorable opportunity now for Oath to pick what they want. They have Hollywood off the table, so their hybrid choices are only Numbani and Eichenwald. Do you have any expectations here, Apathy?
It's tough because I do think they already picked, their best option in Hollywood. And that was the only map that they've had the chance to pick so far. Between Numbani and Eichenwald, I still think you want to avoid Eichenwald. I think you're going to have to keep the current roster that you have in now to allow you to play some Monkey on Numbani. Pharah could still be a little deadly there. You had to watch out for her on the attack, but at least you don't have to worry about her on the defense like you do in Eichenwald. But I've also been wrong, I feel like, every single time, other than Hanamura and Nepal. So, never know.
Couple score updates from out in Tranquility Land. Koala Kings up 2-1 over Strix. That match is still ongoing, I believe, on map 5. SEAL Team Spuds up 3-2 over Quokka Queens. Quokka Queens picking up map 5, trying to stay alive in this matchup. Insidious now facing match point against them. Devil Dukes up 3-1 against Insidious. We had a couple finals already. Galactic Penguins took 4-0 over Luminous Foxes. Decapitators 4-0 over Billings Boomers. We do also have, worth noting here, guys, we do also have the EU situation. The EU semifinals are a little earlier today. That was between Venice Vipers and EU Scrimbucks, and that one went to Venice Vipers in a 4-2 win.
Yes.
So Venice Vipers heading to the finals, and we'll get a rematch with Feeders United.
Yeah, that'll be an exciting game. A bit of a, some might say a surprise there, but I did catch it earlier in the day. I caught some of it. I had a meeting that I had to go to, and it was a really fun match.
It was a good matchup. It was a lot of fun to watch. Venice Vipers looking really good right now, and they'll get another shot to take on Feeders United. Feeders United, of course, the upper bracket winners in this playoff, so they have been sitting, waiting to see who comes out of that lower bracket, and they will have first pick in the upcoming finals here next week. So stay tuned, guys. Our EU finals coming up here in just a week between Feeders United and Venice Vipers. For this match, we are going to our next matchup. That is our next map, and that is Numbani being the selection here from Oath. Your thoughts?
She got it.
You got it.
I don't have any thoughts until I see what roster they are rolling out on. I don't want to really see the ball sig, but at the same time, little pricey on the Soldier would be nice to see, because Soldier on first point Numbani can be a very, very oppressive DPS pick. So it's going to be tough to think of what, kind of order they want to send out, I suppose.
And Renegades looking to be coming out in the same crew here. Beto, or with the same group. Beto now back in the fray here, after showing up late tonight. Beto is in play, and that, I mean, hey, that could be the difference maker right there for Renegades. Beto has had a very good season. That Renegades DPS duo has been really strong, so we will see how that pans out. There's a prime opportunity now for these two teams, or for Renegades, with both their DPS players back in to see what happens. But well, again, we are on Numbani now. We see looking at the defense for Renegades, and they're going to be rolling out on looks like just a straight dive composition.
Yeah, a very standard dive. The Echo is usually the only thing that you would see being switched up, maybe for an Ashe or a Soldier. But you know, all three kind of do different things, and it can be kind of tough to scout out exactly what you need, especially against a team like Oath, where you know, just because you know what 6 are in the map doesn't mean you know what roles that they are playing.
Right.
I suppose they've been ordering them though, so that might help you figure it out.
Here we go now. Numbani in play. As Oath will come out on the Ball Sigma composition that you didn't want to see, but hey, here we go. A little pricey on the Soldier again. They head right to that high ground room, which is where they always tell you not to go in ranked. But here we go nonetheless, with that high ground trying to be taken by Oath as they look to push over the Overlook to the point. Right now, the Wrecking Ball looking to get in and cause some problems. Not finding any targets right away. A little pricey is getting out into the open. However, that does mean those bullets are going to be free shooting now into Renegades here. And the kills are trading right now on this point. Voltage finding Infused now, losing that tank, as well as one of their supports now with Crix the Ace falling. That is a tough spot now for Renegades to try to get back into this. Dylan finds another support, both supports taken down by this Wrecking Ball apathy, and it looks like Renegades are just going to accept this and get ready for second point.
Yeah, to be clear, I just meant I didn't want to see it on the defense.
Of
On
course,
the attack,
of course.
it's not my favorite, but I'm impartial to it.
Infuse goes in. Did you see this? I did not see this coming.
Yeah.
Infuse gets right in there, and the Zenyatta Orb just punishes them. That was perhaps a little bit too aggressive. And look, now, unfortunately, because of that, they're going to get bad spawns. They're not going to be able to set up for an early fight here.
Yeah, this is going to be tough, because now you can get your Zen and your Brig set up on that kind of initial back high ground to fight around the bus, which can be brutal to deal with, or at least is usually brutal to try to take. So with these staggers, they've kind of got it for free. A little pricey setting up there right now. And they've got a lot of ults that they can work with here. Perhaps something like comboing with this Flux that's coming up. Either the... not quite.
Cookie delivery does not come through there for Voltage. Sticking it to the wall next to them. We see a bunch of taken very low there. A Slayer can't do anything, unfortunately. Stuck on the ground underneath with that great roll through by Dylan. And Little Pricey now with the ultimate. We see Infuse with that nano boost on them as well. But Little Pricey is getting all the value needed for Oath to be able to push through here. Little Pricey finds a third, and that is Oath now pushing through the streets. They're going to get second point here. They're going to have almost 5 minutes. They're going to have 5 minutes and 30 seconds to cap point C.
Yeah, they are absolutely steamrolling through this. Their game plan, kind of no matter what comp they have been playing, has been to burn Infuse. And they have been doing an excellent job at that. And Renegades have not really been able to kind of adapt around that game plan. You know, Rabbit Gunners stacking with their tanks, not really trying to take off angles, and they're just continuing this steamroll, especially matching the rally here and killing the enemy Brig immediately. This could be a 4.5 minute time bank.
This absolutely could be. Bossman swinging right through. The cart continues to move. They have the Gravitic Flux in hand and the Transcendence in hand. Only self-destruct and copy in hand for Renegades. We see Rabbit Gunner looking for the Sigma. They'll find the Sigma here. They're going to get immediately fluxed out. Rabbit Gunner avoiding the rock as well, and they lose the point. Oh my god, Apathy. Oath with just an amazing attack here on Numbani. I don't think I've ever seen a time bank that big.
No, not on Numbani, surely. I don't know how many scrim hours I have, but I don't think I've ever seen a time bank this big either.
I don't know what to say. I'm honestly quite surprised by this. This is I mean, no disrespect to Oath when I say that. Renegades are a fantastic team. I've seen them come back from situations like this. I've seen them bounce back. Just to see them just to see Oath absolutely control that from point A on, that was incredible.
Yeah, and Fuse just seems tired, and he's getting hard focused. You know, almost all 6 of Oath are looking at him at any given moment, and he is not adapting well to it, just constantly getting bursted down. And it's just too big of an ask for Slayer to be able to keep them up, really.
Yeah, Infuse has been a very strong force in here. Beto, the new member of Renegades, by the way, worth noting, they started this season in Harmony tier, actually. They were on F972 early on. They graduated up, if you will, into Renegades. So kudos to Beto on a really good season overall to get to where they did. That's an impressive go that for them there for certain. But here we go now. Oath looking to slam the door here on Renegades. Renegades are going to have a heck of a mountain to climb, and they roll out on the Brawl composition.
Yeah, gonna try to take top right. They might try to TP directly onto the Zen Brig. The ball boops it out. Let's see if they have time to get away. They have time to pick off the BAP at least.
They have time.
Where they think they are.
No, that did not work out as well as I think they were hoping. Losing losing Slayer early. Pardon me. That's a lot of healing out the door now for Renegades. And now Little Pricey set up on the high ground with absolutely nobody to contest them, which just means it's an absolute shooting gallery for Little Pricey on that Soldier 76, and that is going to be sufficient there. Crix the Ace found 2 kills. I didn't see them, but they showed with the boop.
The ball went off the map, but the Tracer died to boop damage. But Crix is kind of staggering themselves here, trying to take out this Soldier. Pricey has to run away.
Pricey does run away there. That was very risky play there from Crix, but if you're in Renegade shoes, you kind of have to get a little risky right now.
Yeah, I don't hate this comp. They just didn't really scout, or the strategy, I guess. They just didn't really scout effectively where they TP'd to. A little bit closer this time. Let's see if they can get on top of this Zen without getting anybody picked off.
All right, and here we go now to the next fight. Renegades in firm control on the point with 3 kills now in their favor already. High ground immediately being taken here by the Symmetra. Really, really good aggression here from Renegades, not allowing them to set up on high ground. The point now covered by Dylan, who sits on the point with their mines, but that's not going to last long, unfortunately. But Dylan finds Rabbit Gunner. That's 1 kill there. Oh, but Voltage's Pulse Bomb gets eaten there by Mini Wheats. Huge eat. Little Pricey on the high ground, uncontested. Will find 2 with that huge tack visor. And my goodness, Apathy Oath found a way to clutch that out.
Yeah, I think the beat came in there just way too early. There was nobody really in the area. I mean, the Soldier was around, but had practically run away. The ball was coming in and had just kind of minefielded point but nobody was really on point. And then Oath turns around with the fast spawn, and Little Pricey still not dislodged from that high ground, able to put in a ton of work, especially when there's no support ults to counter him.
All right, next play in hand, or next play now for Renegades, trying to finish this one off. They have 2 hits. They died with trance. Oh, I did just notice that.
Die with trance.
That is unlucky right there for Oath, as Renegades now will get to push through. No Zenyatta left. We see the wall come through on point. The lift now in play from Lion Gamer. Deadeye as well from Beto. None of those ultimates result in any frags for either team, but Rabbit Gunner will take down Bossman. Now no supports for Oath, but it doesn't matter, as here comes Oath again on the backs of Little Pricey and Dylan. Oh my goodness. The Apathy that looked to be absolutely in control for Renegades, and Oath just responded so perfectly.
I don't think Little Pricey has died this map.
No, I don't think they have either.
He's just certainly not on the defense. He's just disengaging every time Renegades go in, but he's not dropping from the high ground. Or he did that time and he ran all the way back around. But he's just not, he's just kiting out anything that Renegades throw at him and coming back from these high grounds. Once that Symmetra teleport comes out for the first time, there isn't really much else that can counter him.
Here we go now. Next fight, last fight here for Renegades, trying to stay in this. But Beto is already taking down Silver again on this Tracer. Voltage has a Pulse Bomb, gets the stick, and finds 2! Voltage with the kills that should set up Oath here to head on into the semifinals, and Oath are finally, through all the odds this season that they have faced, they will find a way not only to win, they will move to the semifinals here in the championship bracket. Oath wins it 4-1.
That was a crazy map from Oath. I doubted the comp. You know, Nabani not really known for its ball gameplay. What were you saying?
I said 4-1. I was saying it's 4-2.
Oh, 4-2. Yes.
My mistake. I apologize, everybody, for this inexcusable error. But anyways, here we are.
Oops.
There's the boop. There's one, and there's there we go. We take those. We take those. Big play from Crix, but unfortunately not enough, guys. Oath will take the 4-2 win over Renegades. Unfortunately for Renegades, sends them packing here in this season. A fantastic run for Renegades this season that cannot be ignored. Renegades with the great season, seeded second, big wins all season, very underestimated team the whole way through, but by the end of the season, they absolutely earned the respect and acknowledgement as one of the top teams here in Discord tier this season.
Oh, absolutely. You know, everybody who is in this championship bracket deserves to be there. You know, they had to beat out a lot of good teams to get there. Renegades are no exclusion from that. You know, taking out some good teams like especially Rampaging Inferno, who was predicted to be another championship tier or another championship team by some. So really good run from them.
So Oath now has an opportunity to take on Cosmic Castaways. Oath, the ultimate underdog this season, takes on the juggernaut Cosmic Castaways. Apathy
started.
Huh? That's how the season started?
Cosmic versus Oath, and one of their seasons will end the same way it began. So
where have your failures led you back to me, right? Except now it's where have your successes led you to back to me. All right, congratulations to Oath winning this one, taking this one 4-2. Really quick, just to update on other matchups that are ongoing here. SEAL Team Spuds 3-2 up on Quokka Queens on map 6, but Quokka did get a full pull on that map, so it looks like we might be staring at a map 7 in that very matchup there, guys. As well as Koala King's now up 3-1 on Strix. Devil Dukes still up 3-1 on Insidious at last check here. Obviously still keeping an eye on all the maps, guys. But again, congratulations to Oath. Apathy, do you have an MVP choice here tonight?
It's tough. I think I know who you're gonna say, so I'll give it to Silver, who would be the other one. I think they've performed very, very well with their ultimate usage in particular. The Zenyatta play, always a tough character to play, even at, this is, one of the higher levels, but he can still be a tough character to play with relative success just because of how aim and positioning important he is. And Silver did a great job tonight.
We are keeping an eye on a couple matchups here right now, guys. I will agree. I think Silver, it's just so easy, I think, to give it to somebody like Voltage, who had an amazing night all night tonight. Also, obviously, was super impressed with the off-tank play from Lion Gamer. Really, really strong. But I think Silver just was a difference maker so often throughout the night. On that Zenyatta in particular was really strong. So it looks like we might have a situation here where we could be getting some bonus Overwatch, guys. We might be moving to another matchup, so stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back as soon as we figure out where we're going to go.
moved by lust? Was I moved by faith? The truth has a way of finding the light or changing in time. Did I fall in love? Did I make it up inside my mind?
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are back with some bonus Overwatch here tonight. We have SEAL Team Spuds taking on the Quokka Queens in our other Discord tier quarterfinals. These teams are tied 3-3. SEAL Team Spuds was up 3-1 in this matchup. So Quokka Queens looking to come back here. SEAL Team Spuds looking to try to finish the job. They are heading now to Watchpoint Gibraltar. This is SEAL Team Spuds map pick. Apathy. It's been an interesting matchup. We've been keeping an eye on it on the side throughout the night. It's very interesting because you have SEAL Team Spuds with a lot of really good players, but Quokka Queens has arguably one of the best players in Discord tier in Matson.
Yeah, I've always thought of Spuds as like one of those types of teams that has a lot of talent and is also better than the sum of their parts. And Quokka is kind of just Matson dragging everybody kicking and screaming. That's an
Dragging their kicking and
over-exaggeration.
screaming
I mean,
corpse.
Quokka obviously has a lot of talent on the roster.
Yes.
You can't have a one-man roster and get this far, but Matson certainly does a lot of work, and so Watchpoint Gibraltar is potentially scary for his signature Ashe. I'm curious to see how Seraph will be able to deal with it. Of course, you know, Seraph, a very good hit scan in his own right as well. But this is just a really interesting match for me in general. I feel like these two teams are very close in skill level, and it's something that we've had to wait all season to see.
Yes.
And both of these teams, you know, being historic orgs in Trank that actually last season both got knocked out in the quarterfinals as well, in sort of a bit of an upset for both of them. So, you know, one of them is going to find redemption here, and one of them is unfortunately going to have a bit of a disappointing season, because I think both of these teams have their their sights set a little bit higher than just the quarterfinals.
I would agree. There's been kind of a top 4 or 5 all season in Discord tier with these two teams. Obviously, Cosmic Castaways, Joey Esports, and Renegades definitely sneaking in there as well by the end of the season. But now you have a situation where one of these teams is going to be going home because only 4 can move on. We already saw Renegades of that supposed top group go home now to Oath. So now SEAL Team Spuds and Quokka Queens, you know, for one team, it's a great season at this point. You're getting to that top 4. You take those. You take those all the time, especially with the level of competition at the top of Discord tier. For the other team, you know, it's a bit of a disappointment. It's not what you wanted to see at this point, especially given how well you've played to this point. Both these teams have had fantastic seasons. Quokka Queens only losing a couple matches. Spuds only losing a couple matches to this point. So for both teams, there's a lot of pride and a lot of skill behind what's left here for both of them. This is a very different situation than Renegades and Oath, because both those teams a little bit underdogs and a little bit unexpected, and these two teams, this has been where we expected them to see, or where we expected them to be.
And legacy team, you know, we've expected them to be here for seasons on top of seasons,
right?
Especially with the players that have been coming into them too.
Keeping an eye again on all the other matches as well. Devil Dukes finished the job on Insidious. That is 4-1 win for Devil Dukes, and they will take on Battalion next week. Winner going to the Transcendence tier finals. And in Koala Kings still taking on Strix. That match still 3-1 for Koala Kings. The never-ending matchup, it appears, there actually just ended. Koala Kings taking it 4-1. So this is the final match of this night tonight. Koala Kings moving on, and Quokka Queens now The question is will another Marsupial team move on, or will a Marsupial team go home? That is the question on everybody's mind. Here we go. Quokka Queens now on the attack. SEAL Team Spuds on the defense. We see Orisa Diva in play for SEAL Team Spuds. Quokka Queens with the with the Monkey Diva composition here, playing a little bit kind of a pseudo dive composition with the Ashe in play. Capital on the Torbjorn here as well. So SEAL Team Spuds settling in here with a bit of a bunkering strategy to try to mitigate this dive composition here. Rotation out now from SEAL Team Spuds as Quokka Queens looks to try to gain box control here. Blue box control very critical for this composition. SEAL Team Spuds willingly give it up so they can bunker down in the server room here, and they do so as well, with SEAL Team Spuds now holding that room very firmly as they look to try to slow down this attack here for Quokka Queens. And I say slow down, nobody's really doing anything.
Yeah, now here comes the standoff of Gibraltar. It's server room versus blue box. It's tough, especially with the Orisa composition. I like this look here from the SEAL Team Spuds. They let the cart get a little bit past them. They're going to have to put themselves in danger to contest it.
It will. B-Ball Man taken very low. Will manage to stay alive here as Spuds have to roll out of that server room a little bit to maintain control. Kiddo going to blue box, trying to gain control of it, but Kiddo will be taken very low. The aggression now in here from B-Ball Man, who will get stunned out by your teammate, but Reborn does take down Seraph on the backs of a huge biotic grenade for Basket, and the Nano is into B-Ball Man, who is dribbling all over the SEAL Team Spuds there and puts Capital into a corner there, and your teammate as well, and that is going to be Quokka Queens taking this first point with 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock.
As soon as that payload did kind of sneak around that corner, it's going to be tough for the Orisa to do much. You can live through a Nano Monkey
Glitch
engage.
is in trouble. Glitch is in
Glitch
trouble.
might get staggered, but she wants to switch anyway, or they want to switch anyways, excuse me. So I don't... It's going to be an awkward fight anyways.
Oh.
LCS are going to pick off Matson.
And Reborn gets the cookie eaten there. Kiddo hungry, it seems, as Kiddo picks off that pulse bomb. Vespa King now in the back line of the... I'm sorry, that they got my map reversed there. But Capital finds Reborn, winning the Tracer duel for just a moment here. And that's going to be an advantage now for SEAL Team Spuds. They look to stabilize out with that amplification matrix in from Glitch as well. So Spuds will get stabilized here at a very, very good spot if you're Spuds to stabilize out before the shuttle.
Yeah, it's just a little awkward what they're going to do here with this window. You know, Bap and Monkey aren't typically thought of as two characters that go together. Really good bash into High Noon, though.
Really good bash into High Noon. Your teammate setting up Seraph there for that kill. Seraph finds a second as well with Matson going down. We see a big self-destruct in now for both teams. Vespa King comes up empty, but Kiddo finds a remecking Vespa King before they can get in. Your teammate taken very low there from the biotic grenade, but they will get stabilized out and saved by the immortality field of Glitch. And that is going to set up Spuds now to stay in control here with Reborn taking down Seraph before they go. But Spuds are very firmly in control here on this shuttle with 3 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and I believe they used their Nano as well, and
did.
weren't able to find anything out of it. We're going to see Matson now switching over to an Echo to try to get some, you know, maybe a bit of an off-angle value, try to catch this BAP. It's going to be tough. We'll see what Cap can do with this Pulse Bomb. He does seem to be
Very,
looking
very strong hit scan from Seraph there. Oh, Vespa King catches Capital, getting greedy there. And that's 2 eats now from both it's an eat now from each Diva, I should say. Hayes finds Capital. Capital now down, losing the Tracer duel. What another biotic grenade. Basket with just an insane biotic grenade. And Glitch is taken down. SEAL Team Spuds trying to stabilize here. LCS has popped the Primal Rage, gets onto the Tracer, cannot finish the Tracer quite yet there. Pulse Bomb invested by Reborn, not able to connect with anything as LCS tries to get back. Glitch still staying on this Baptiste with that with that amplification matrix in hand. This is the second amplification matrix in hand. You can tell they want to switch, they just can't switch. The Nano Boost now in onto B-Ball Man, who goes in, gets stunned immediately by your teammate and dropped by a Deadeye. What a counterplay there by SEAL Team Spuds, but Kiddo is purple as well as Seraph, and that's another huge biotic grenade. Basket is getting incredible value right now with that ability.
Yeah, the Ana just does a lot more than the BAP can. I know it does seem like Glitch wants to swap, but they haven't had the chance to, per se. And so they're kind of stuck in this awkward spot. Luckily, they have been doing a really good job of mitigating these nanos coming in from Basket off the High Noons of Seraph. He's, you know, Basket is building these incredibly fast, and great sleep on Capital. Wow.
And Capital
We
gets
missed that.
busted because of that. Capital taken down with a fantastic sleep from Basket. Kiddo now sitting on that self-destruct. They're going to have to find big value over there. B-Ball Man takes down Seraph, and that is just all red in the kill feed so quickly. And Quokka Queens now will be able to push through this second point, and they'll move to point C with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
We do finally see Glitch getting over to the Ana, but they are all bad
what a
spawns.
stagger. That is such an unfortunate set of spawns there for Steel Team Spuds.
Get
And
out.
the Quokka Queens are just chasing down Glitch. Glitch 1 HP, and you hate to see that if you're a Spuds fan there, but that is an unfortunate stagger. That is going to result in the cart probably making it almost a corner here. And if you're Steel Team Spuds, you got to regroup quickly, and you got to get out in this fight with this rally. But Quokka Queens has just a bevy of check marks right now.
Yeah, they have another nano that they can use onto either Reborn or even Haze if they want to go raid boss. You know, B-Ball Man has the primal, but they're going to decide to use it on him.
And there's the nano boost in onto B-Ball Man. Spuds fleeing back into spawn. Probably the wise choice there for Glitch. As B-Ball Man takes a couple of stuns there, but is going to be able to pop that primal rage and get slept by Glitch. Matson, however, has found LCS, and while this all was going down the back line, the front line of Spuds was falling, and now Steel Team Spuds is going to be looking to stagger their way onto the card, but Quokka Queens are firmly in control with 2 minutes, with minute 30 on the clock. Card is 2 meters from spawn. Seraph gets out, what a huge biotic grenade in now from Glitch. LCS now on point, trying to hold shield and stay alive as long as they can, but they will get dropped by that pulse bomb, and that's a Quokka Queens cap with 1 minute and 18 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Spuds were able to burn off quite a lot of time for a map that kind of felt like Quokka was in control of the entire time. At least Spuds was on the back foot a lot just because of their awkward, hero swaps. Weren't able to really ever get Glitch or LCS on the same page in terms of hero or in terms of positioning. Basically the one fight that they got on Ana, they were staggered and then stuck in spawn and completely unable to support LCS, which is just brutal. But it has pleasantly not quite been the Matson show. It's kind of been the Basket show.
It has been the Basket show so far, for sure. Basket has been hitting insane biotic grenades there onto the Steel Team Spuds. Has pretty much enabled almost every single fight win between Nano Boost and those biotic grenades as well. Steel Team Spuds will need to answer big here onto Quokka Queens. They'll be rolling out here with the Monkey Diva composition, probably a Symmetra teleport out the door, I would imagine, for Steel Team Spuds. Quokka Queens coming at them with the same composition that just worked so well for them. I can't blame them. You just keep it going, right?
Yeah, I think the only thing I would really consider changing is grabbing a Mercy. It's a little bit greedy, but with a player like Matson, giving him a pocket is never a bad idea. But they're going to stick with the safe pick of the Brig here, and I think they've got a good composition. They might scout out this Symmetra teleporter and get another big basket nade here.
And here we go. Symmetra teleporter out in play right now. Looking for that, and a grenade coming in. Does not come in. But we see the aggression immediately from Spuds trying to push into Quokka Queen's front line on this high ground. But it's going to be another biotic grenade onto Seraph this time, who has to peel back and avoid taking another headshot there from Matson. So we see the dueling ashes here on this point right now. Seraph versus Matson. Matson taken low briefly, falls back into cover, and will stay back up. Quokka Queens have not relented on holding this spot here on high ground, and that is going to make it tough for the Spuds to push around this corner. And here comes the aggression off that. Another huge biotic grenade. 3 for Steel Team Spuds get taken low, but Capital will win the Tracer duel against Reborn, and that should enable the Spuds to start getting moving here through this high ground as they start pushing through with nothing to pressure their back line. They will be able to push through quickly, but Vespa King takes down Glitch. No more Glitch in play with only your teammate, but Capital is slowly but surely pushing this cart. They're watching the C9 right now, and here comes the rest of this team. They weren't going to let Capital get away with that.
Reborn had time to lose the 1v1 to Capital on cart, let Capital push it, and then come back and harass him again. Capital's been doing pretty well in this kind of Tracer 1v1. He's been checking Reborn a lot, but he's been kind of going in a little bit too early and not really following up with LCS in the same way that Reborn has in terms of, you know, killing the enemy backline. He's definitely getting the better of Reborn in these 1v1.
Nano boost into
But double
both.
nanos out.
Oh, but LCS is asleep, and B-Ball Man is very much not. B-Ball Man will pop the Primal as well as they take down your teammate. Glitch taken down by the Self-Destruct, and the Quokka Queens are now in control here of point A. Only 2 minutes left on the clock, and the Quokka Queens are just absolutely where they need to be right now on this map.
Yeah, the Nano not able to get too much. You know, they come in at the same time, and B-Ball Man just able to get a little bit more value than LCS. I guess the positive is that LCS didn't invest his Primal Rage as well, so he can still go in and stay fresh with that. And hopefully they can make something out of this rally. Gonna sneak around low ground and potentially try to brawl on the cart, which gets them a pick onto Reborn as well.
Reborn picked off early there, but another biotic grenade. It's just basket over and over again with these biotic grenades, but the teammate is going to pop the rally there to try to stabilize this out, and B-Ball Man has taken down Bob now as well in play from Seraph, and here comes the kills now for the SEAL Team Spuds. We see a pulse bomb in, not connecting, but it's all blue for the kill feed, which means it is all SEAL Team Spuds pushing through this first point.
I really like that rotation here. That's not something that we see very often. But I think that was a really good idea to kind of go around safe, or like under the car wash safely where there's no poke, and then rally in from underneath and do a bit of a small map flip. You know, you're not a full one where you take high ground at the very least, but a small map flip. That was a really good play there from the Spuds.
LCS pushing in deep, not able to find anything on that one. Seraph very low right now for Spuds, but they're going to get stabilized out here as Glitch getting very close to that Nano. And another biotic grenade onto Glitch just spells the death for Glitch as immediately B-Ball Man catches a Nano. It just, Basket has been out of their mind today here. My goodness.
Yeah. A big part of that one was that neither of them was able to set up in the high ground. They kind of were all pushing cart and instead of taking space, and so they were caught out in the open for a pretty easy layup for Basket there.
Basket finding everything they need right now and more, looking for Kiddo from the SEAL Team Spuds here to start eating some nades for sure. They got to pick something off here right now. Here comes the Nano Boost onto LCS. They go deep into Shuttle here to try to build up that Primal Rage. They drop to low ground there. They get booped, and a huge batter grenade from Glitch this time is going to enable LCS to get deep here with this Primal Rage, and here he goes, going crazy in the back line of the Quokka Queens, not finding any kills quite yet. There goes Matson taken down, but Reborn takes down your teammate, and despite a good initiation there from the SEAL Team Spuds, Quokka Queens are going to be in control and will continue to hold here with only 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it was a really good nade and attempted follow-up from Glitch and LCS there, but unfortunately Hayes I think Hayes and Matson kind of double booped him and don't quite have a jump cooldown short enough to get on top of the supports before that purple did fade away, unfortunately. But they've still got a lot to work with here. They've got the rally that won them the last fight, and Quokka Queens just used theirs. So I think that could potentially be the main win con for the Spuds here. Another nade coming through. Good.
This one gets eaten by Kiddo, but the Nano Boost is in. Glitch very low, Seraph very low. Spuds need to stabilize here as quickly as they can. They are trying desperately to stay alive. Capital is taken down as well as Seraph. No DPS now for the Spuds. Kiddo does find Matson here. Matson now out of the fight. So your teammate is on the point right now, trying to do something with this Brigida. Taken very low. Glitch gets caught out by that late falling self-destruct, and the Spuds will fall back again. They have a minute and 10 seconds. They're staring at what very easily could be their last fight of the season.
Yeah, the Quokka just kites out this the raid bus very, very effectively. I feel like they've been doing that rather well this entire match. Every time that Glitch gets an impactful nano, they're just able to kite it out and then give up some cart space and then quietly come back in after that's over and get some picks. They've just been a little tough to find anything with this nano. Let's see if Cap can get value with this pulse bomb here.
Cap needs to find a kill with this pulse bomb here. They have self-destruct in hand. Glitch taken down again. They just are unable to find any space right now as they continue to get dropped over and over and over again in this backline, as that Winston and Diva have just been oppressive for Glitch all map here so far. With 15 seconds on the clock, SEAL Team Spuds at their last gasp here, not giving up. Capital and Reborn getting into a duel yet again. Who will come out on top here? Capital needs to win this duel. and it's very, very close. It has not yet. With 5 seconds left on the clock, Spuds will be looking to get a touch in, and they do. We see the bomb in now from Kiddo, trying to get something to do, and or something to happen. There goes Vespa King taken down. There's only one player out now. Your teammate dropped as well. Seraph with the Deadeye will take down Madsen. Seraph trying to push in, taken very low on the cart, trying to stabilize, and they cannot. And B-Ball Man finds two. Kiddo, the last hope on the point there, rolls through B-Ball Man. But that is going to be the end for the SEAL Team's Buds, and the Quokka Queens will advance to the semifinals.
Wow, that was a crazy map there. I think Quokka just positioned a lot better on those defenses. They took the shuttle high ground and were able to just completely abuse the design of Gibraltar to get both their supports up there almost relatively uncontested, at least for that last fight, for sure. There's no way you can really get up to them and pressure the card at the same time. And they're just, you know, getting away with murder up there.
SEAL Team's Buds coming up short here as the Quokka Queens will advance. They will take on their marsupial brethren, Joey Esports, in the next round in the semifinals here. SEAL Team's Buds heading home with what's got to be a disappointing end to the season for that team, coming up short here in the quarterfinals against the very strong Quokka Queens. That is the end of the night here tonight. Apathy, not going to give an MVP for that because we saw one map basket. Holy crap. Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't think we need to say it.
Yeah, I don't think we need to say it. Yeah, no. But thanks very much to all the staff who helped out here tonight. We had Thor Maya and Vital Catalyst coming in tonight on the observation. Producer was Booth as well. Obviously, Apathy on the analyst desk, and myself, Mr. Yeti, on play-by-play. We appreciate you very much for tuning in here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again real soon.
Thank you.